Okay, we're recording now. Just give me 1 second.
No, he's looking up the strategies.
Yes. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, what the hell is that dinosaur? I mean, I know retail is weird, but this is...
Dinosaur. I don't know, it's Jurassic Park. Okay, guys, so this is the first patrol we're gonna encounter. It's the Eradicator. This guy, once you start killing him,
Can
his
you mark
mana.
him?
Can you mark him? Okay. Once you start hitting him, his mana will start. He starts draining mana and transfers him to him, and when it reaches 100, he will do a massive explosion and massive AoE. So this should be going down really fast. It's only one guy. I mean, we have to take it one by one. Only one by one. Okay, let's kill this guy. Okay, first kill. Okay, those guys, 4 sentinels, they each can have 9 abilities. So they can either, one of them has Renew that heals over time. One of them can do Mortal Strike. One of them can do Periodic Knockback, which reduces threat. And those with the Periodic Knockaway are immune to taunt. They can do Periodic Mana Burn. They can do a Shadow Storm. I think those were the AoE Shadow Bots. Just one can one can reflect Fire and Arcane. The other one can reflect Shadow and Frost. They can have Thorns and Thunderclap. So the most dangerous thing is that when you kill one of those, the ability transfers to all 3 of the rest. So there a little bit of an order here, which how they should be killed. So first thing we have to do once we put, once each of them has a designated tank, we pull them and we instantly detect magic on them. I still can't find that. There should be an add-on where you see their buffs, but I don't know. I can find that add-on. So first thing we put detect magic on, and we put an order how we're going to kill them. So first of all, we kill the ones that are less threatened. So we kill first the Renew guy. After that, we kill the Reflector guy, whoever reflects Arcane, Fire, and the rest. And basically, we every time we tend to have the Periodic Knockback guy last, because if we kill it first, everyone will be starting to get immune to taunt, and they will knock back the main tank. Okay, so once we pull them, because it's retail, we're gonna see their exact buffs. So why don't you, Gubane, why don't you pull them? And let's see what we have. Okay, so Skull has Thunderclap. Don't kill them. Don't kill them, don't kill them, don't kill them. Okay, so this guy right here, I'm putting cross on him, right now has Periodic Thunderclap and Mana Burn. This guy has Renew. Wait. Triangle has Renew, and the last guy has Arcane Reflection. So I'm gonna mark it with blue. So how are we going to kill those? What do you think? Don't kill them.
The mana burner first.
Yeah.
If we kill him, everybody else will start mana burning. So it's not gonna be him.
So you kill the Fire and Arcane Reflect first.
No, we're gonna start with the Renew, who is the green one.
I think the healer, yeah.
Yeah, so kill the green one. Oh, by the way, when they reach 30% HP, they all enrage. Okay, so now the last 2 balls have Thunderclap and Mending ability. So we have Mending ability Thunderclap. One has Fire and Arcane Reflection. The other guy has Mana Burn. Who are we going to kill now?
Reflect. Do we
Thunderclap.
actually value the Fire and Arcane damage that much?
Yeah, mages are going to be fire, for example. But we're gonna kill the Fire Reflector because we don't want the Actually, doesn't matter from this point, but let's just kill them
They're
both.
similar levels, aren't they? On the same tier of priority.
Yeah, they should be the same tier as priority. Like first one should always be the healer. We don't care about the healing because we have the damage. But you know, for example, if it's on the thunderclap, like we just killed right now, one thunderclap.
And
The
they'd
first
all
guy we
fucking be
killed was
thunderclapping and be
yeah.
fucked.
And when you have three of them just thunderclapping constantly, like thunderclap, no, don't kill them, don't.
You want to kill the ones with the worst abilities last, because you don't want to gift the worst abilities to all of them.
Exactly.
Just always kill the fucking the piss pants ones first, and the big fucking thunder cunts last.
Exactly, because everything transfers to them. So if you kill the first one, for example, thunderclap, and then you have three of them thunderclapping. Each thunderclap does 600 damage, I think it was. No, sorry, 800 damage. So they thunderclap roughly around 10 seconds. So you have each one of them 10 seconds casting 800 damage to all melees. So you don't want to do that. And also there is a Mortal Strike guy. Mortal Strike also is on the low priority. So the high priority side are Periodic Knockaway. That is the least one. That's the one that should be dying last. Also, for the Periodic Knockaway guy, we have to have somewhere around 2 tanks on him because, for example, Gubane is tanking him, and he knocks Gubane away. Basically, when he knocks him away, he's like every other mob in for example, the Molten Destroyers in Molten Core, the Lava Alligators, they constantly drop aggro, but those guys can one-shot everyone. So we have to have a separate tank ready to don't kill them, don't aggro anything, and don't kill them. So yeah, when he knocks Gubane back, for example, he will drop the aggro, and yeah, it will spill in the everyone. So I wanted to show you this guy, but you pulled him already. I want to show you his patrolling pattern. So first of all, we're gonna kill the dead guy that you already killed. After that, we're gonna wait for this guy. Just kill it already. This guy is he's patrolling on the stairs and on top of the boss. So after we kill the first patrol that we earlier killed on the ground here, we're gonna take the Anubis Sentinels, and after that we're gonna wait for the patrol to come down, and then we're gonna kill it. Okay, so
It's patrols, sentinels, but or is it so patrols and sentinels then patrol?
Patrol, sentinels, and then final patrol.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool.
yeah, because right now we're high level, and the aggro, you know, the pulling right now is a little bit, it's not quite accurate, but I prefer to have we can kill those before the patrol comes down. Okay, so the sentinels now. Gubane, why don't you pull them and don't kill them? Let's just pull them and sort out the priorities again. I will remove everybody else's assist. Only I will mark. So we have a healer. The healer is triangle. We have Thorns. Thorns will be circle. We have a Mortal Strike guy who is gonna be moon, and a Mana Burn guy who's gonna be star. So who are you going to kill first? So you have
The heals.
You have green as regrowth, circle is Thorns, moon is Mortal Strike, and star is Mana Burn.
Green first.
Yeah, green.
Okay,
first.
go ahead and kill
Mortal
green.
Strike last.
Okay.
And Mana Burn second to last.
Okay, so now we kill star. Sorry, yeah, star, kill star. And after that we kill moon. Okay, once we kill those, so I will quickly stay here and I will tell you what we're gonna do. You can, by the way, mount up here. So everybody mount up. So I'm gonna quickly explain what Scarum does. So Scarum teleports when, yeah, basically random teleports. I think it was random, right? So every 25% of his HP, he's gonna turn into 3 illusions. Actually, 2 illusions, and 30 is gonna be himself. Every 25. So he's gonna be doing this 4 times in the encounter. We can distinct the main guy. either by marking it, but I don't think that the marking is gonna stick in Classic. So once we enter the encounter, we should be just mana draining like 10k of his mana just to sort who is the real one, and then from that point we can basically kill the ads and focus after that him. So that's one way, or the other way is like a little tip is when the mages and the casters are on top the platform, when they shoot their bolts, the projectiles, once he split, they will continue flying to the real one. So that's one way to distinct him, but that should be called out with the casters because the melees won't be able to see that, I think. So he's gonna split every 25% of his HP. He casts Clang Explosions, which can be interrupted, by the way. So huge interruptions should be like a rotation here. He mind controls random people, which needs to be instantly crowd controlled. Instantly. When he doesn't have a tank near him or a melee, for example, somebody loses aggro and they target a random player who's not in melee range, they will start throwing Earth Shocks into basically random people around them. Those Earth Shocks deal heavily damage, nature damage, so you don't want to lose aggro on them and you don't want to pull aggro from them. So yeah, okay, I think that's so far. Let's follow me now from the left side. So we're gonna go through both of those rocks. Between them, we're gonna go hook the left wall. We're going left. Yes, after this we're gonna jump here. Hug the left of this staircase. Hug it firmly, and after that run beside this this little hole here in the middle. So here we're gonna position. From this point, we're gonna put. This is basically our egg radius, so we're gonna stand here. But now, for the sake of the video, we can stay a little bit further. So healers. No, who's going from there? You're gonna aggro them. Mono.
I'm here.
Ah, that's a Shami. Okay, sorry. So casters and healers are going to be spread somewhere here. We're gonna have 6 tanks for this fight. I think that would be preferable so that we don't lose any aggro. So casters and healers are gonna be. I tested it on my mage that basically 40 yards. You can from this point here, as a healer or as a caster, you should be able to reach every corner of the fight. So you're either here or you're either up the stairs. Melees are going to chase the ads, not the ads, but the copies of him and himself. So where you see him right now is one of his spawn locations, where each time when he divides himself, he's gonna be dividing either where he's standing right now. So there's gonna be always a tank there waiting for him to split. The other position is exactly here, where I'm standing. This is exactly the position. And the other position, can one of the tanks stand here, please? Gubain or whoever, or Mono. Okay, Gubain, you stand here. This is one position. And this is the other position here. So we're gonna have 2 tanks here, 2 tanks at Gubain, and 2 tanks bottom. Basically, the second tanks are there only if the main tank gets mind controlled. Because if they get by the way, this boss is tauntable. I forgot to mention. So if the main tank, for example, Gubain is tanking the boss down, and he's instantly mind controlled, that's when he will start spamming Earth Shocks to everyone if it's on a caster, and he will start chasing the casters on the on the ramp everywhere. So we don't want to do that. So instantly, if Gubain or a main tank who's tanking an ad or whatever is mind controlled, instantly the tank will taunted just for the rotation of the mind control, and we instantly CC the mind control guys. Fear, dead coils, sheeps, whatever you want, just CC them. Blind, whatever. This boss doesn't hit that hard, so even if you're an off tank, you can basically tank it with 2 duo. It's not gonna do that much damage. The different thing is with when he starts casting a King Explosion, Earth Shocks, and basically it's it can get a little bit chaotic. So also another thing is that we can't just focus the boss and hope for the best. First thing he copies, we have to kill the copies, because I've tested it that if you constantly kill the boss, the copies won't go away. So he can copy to 6 times, 9 times, 12 times. It doesn't count. First thing, we get the boss like this. We start the fight. We damage the boss. Everybody watches their aggro. He splits. Instantly, there are tanks ready here to pick him up. They pick him. We distinguish who's the original one, and we kill the other 2 ads. We're gonna mark, for example, one ad with skull, one ad with cross, kill that, and continue with the boss.
I cannot reach the tanks from here. So I think the healers should stand
Okay,
somewhere.
so we're gonna divide the healers. So some of the healers should be on the middle, some of the healers on the stairs, and the other thing. Yeah, I think as a caster, if you're standing there, if you can't heal from there also, they need to be rotating to the real one as well.
The healers should be persistent at the top of the bottom stair, by the way.
What?
I will show you. Right here.
Right there, what?
Put the healers here. Tank the boss in the middle. Put the ads on the left and the right side.
You don't have line of sight there, mate, for the ones that are up the ramp.
That's a good counter proposal by Matteo.
Yeah, try Xanax, you can reach them.
Line of sight?
You can't.
No.
There's no line of sight.
Yeah, the healers needs to be on top and on both staircase. So if you're on the right staircase, you're gonna focus the group on the right. If you're on the left, you focus the group on the left. If you're in the middle, you focus the group in the middle. So we're not gonna move the boss everywhere. He's gonna move by himself. For example, if the boss in the middle, everybody will be focused on the ramp in the middle. Also, melees, they will be chasing. They will be just circling around the ramps, left side, mid side, right side. The ranges are going to be rotating up on the ramp, basically. That's it.
You just have to split the healers in this way. The tank positions are perfect, of course, but what you can do is split the healers into 2 groups so that they can get everybody in the middle and each side. So where I'm stood here.
Which one? Let me mark you with star.
If you have half of the healers here, so that they can heal this tank, the main tank, and the melee.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that if the healers are standing there, they will be constantly getting hit by the arcane explosions if they're not kicked. And once he copies and the 2 copies from that side, they will be trapped between both explosions.
Don't you just have to instantly pick up just taunt the clone if it's on here straight away, and then okay.
Where's Hector?
No, I think that if they're standing there, they will be hit by the explosion. The explosion is a little bit of a big
okay.
A big thing. I don't know if even on the
interrupt the arcane explosion, by the way.
Yeah, but you know how people can miss an interruption. If they miss 2 of them, I think that healer who's standing there will be hit by both explosions from the mid and from the right side. So I don't know. It's better if they're on the top and on the bottom. I mean on the top, in the middle, and on the both staircases. If they're, for example, if the boss is here where I'm standing on diamond, of course healers from the left side won't be standing there. They will rotate to those staircases. Keep in mind that in AQ you need to be constantly moving and your position is key. So it's not like you need to be stationary in the people needs to start moving a little bit, because there's not that much stationary fights in here. So I think that it would be better to move. What do you guys think? This is a commentary. This is not a solid tactics right now.
Well, Hector says that where we are here on the star looks really good for half of the healers, and then opposite, and it's a variation on what I suggested. So you
As
got
long as
two.
that's out the range of the arcane, that would be great.
Yeah, we might have to test it
I
because
think test it now if while you're doing in the fight.
Yeah, we're gonna kill the boss in a minute. I just want to get it sorted with this.
Yeah,
I
I think
didn't
that's
see.
a solid idea. If you can get half and half on each side on that staircase, then yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, maybe on that staircase is okay. Okay, then let's do the boss then. See how it goes. Let's do everything slowly and just chip the boss as we should be chipping it, like slowly, not
Yeah.
can we split the healers then so that we've got one on each staircase?
right now.
Yeah, so that we know if they can reach everybody, and so that we know if they're hit by the explosion.
We just
Okay.
need at least one person standing in each place to see whether they get hit by the thing or not.
Okay,
leader.
Looney, can you move to star? My curiosity right now lies in whether the healers on that platform will be hit by the explosions.
Yeah.
Who's the naked gnome there? Oh, okay, sorcerers. Okay, so this is Mono. Gubane is on the left.
Try
Okay.
really hard not to one-shot him.
Sorcerers, you're a mage. Hit him with your staff, because you won't one-shot him. Just melee him. Okay, this is Dirt Shock. You need to be closer. You see how you see the rotation of the Dirt Shock? He's just spamming it if you're not close enough.
You have to stand right inside the legs then.
What is he doing right now?
Are we bugging him? Are we bugging him out?
Yeah, but just not kill him, just chip him. What is true fulfillment?
Oh, can you invade him from those places, by the way?
Yeah, I think we were in a bad position.
Okay, he teleported right now. Chip him, just slowly. What is true fulfillment?
It was just the MC, but we're not evading. Hector says that it's just because we're resisting because we're high level.
Okay, we're split. He's split right now. We killed one illusion.
2 illusion.
Okay, get him in position again. Okay, so Hector might be right that he's trying to mind control. Okay, we got a mind control. Sheep him. Okay, that's one form of CC. Sorcerers, you right now are. Do you guys see how fast he's throwing Earthshocks? All of this he's spamming right now is Earthshock. Once you see his hands lightning like this, he should be hitting him by melee. So you need to be very close in order to take him. Okay, I'm mind controlled. By the way, warriors would like to use their intimidating shout here, because once they mind control, they might use the fear. So before we go in, warriors should be using their. Basically, once they start fights, they should be using their intimidating shout so that they don't use it on everybody else after that. What?
Earthshock counterspells you for 4 seconds.
The
one
shock
thing is-
silence?
Yeah.
No, it's 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds, but it hits 100 yard away, so doesn't matter what it is. You need to be close as possible as tank on him and just tank and spank him. Once you're loose just for a second, he will start one-shotting people with that third shock. Okay, this is the first trash pack after the boss. I don't actually have much research. I just saw that the Brainwasher fears it's just tank and spank, so we're gonna have 3 tanks here. Just killing them fast. Let's not waste any more time on those. This is easy. So after.
Can I ask a question about the first boss?
Yes, of course.
So, are we gonna use polymorphs for the mind controls?
Yes, of course, they need to be CC'd
It's-
immediately.
So do we assign mages positionings and so that they
Wait,
can
just a second,
reach-
just a second. Stop, everybody, stop, stop, and come to diamond. Don't go further. I want to show you something. Continue, Mati.
Well, I just thought it might be a good idea to split the mages into small teams so that they can, because the range on polymorph is not as much as on frostball or fireball. So we're not going to be able to get them from the top. You're not going to be able to CC perhaps all of the melee from right at the top. So maybe you have one mage on one of the, or two mages on each ledge on the stair ledge so that they can reach everybody, just to make sure that we can actually CC the MC'd people.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
It's not a big thing.
that's kind of makes sense, actually. So yeah, we can do that.
At the healer spot.
Yeah, the healer spot.
Yeah.
So you get two mages on each healer spot so that we can reach everybody in case people need to be polymorphed. But
Okay.
it should be assigned though, so everybody knows.
Okay, let's go back. This is commentary, so everything we need to sort this everything out. So let's just go back.
We don't need to go back, but as long as we've got four mages in the raid, just two on one side, two on the other side, and they have to know that it's a big priority to sheep the MC'd and then dispel. The healers are there, so they can just dispel.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So I would prefer to sign the mages right now.
Okay.
So let's assign people where they're gonna be standing. Gubain is gonna be standing here. I can be the off tank here with Gubain. So here on the right platform, let's say this is right, well diamond is. Here's gonna be standing Mono. Mono, which tank do you choose with you? Okay, Rogar. On the left side is gonna be Grassbeard. Exactly on this spot with Lursan. I need to start typing this. Xanax, are you typing this?
What? No.
Okay. I'll just watch it from the stream. On the left side here, from the mages, on here where green is standing, this is where Mati, you're gonna be standing here with Looney, and on the other side, Teosar, Terror, or Old Bass would be somewhere here with them. Some of those.
Could I also suggest that like Death Coil is good and Blind is obviously really good, but they're not going to be in position to do it at the rogues, or Scattershot might be good at a push. But if we would tell the Warlocks not to use the Death Coil in case the MCs go out of range and we're wasting time, just literally just say, look, mages, this is your job, you have to do it. And if there's two on each side, there's no excuse.
Okay.
It's hard CC. There's no problem with it. So
It lasts for so long as well.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
and they will watch the people if they get close to ones.
okay. So yeah, that would be good. So the healers, I suggest we have basically split both of the whole healers on two sides. So here will be Xanax, Coffee, Amelie, Charlene, for example. On the other side will be Shami, Hermes. Yeah, we're gonna split them at the moment. So yeah, Milice will be just chasing down skulls, crosses, and basically the boss. While casters, the rest of the casters are going to be circulating between the top of the platform and the left staircases. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything else about the first boss? Anyone else who
You
wishes
shoot
to
people,
add
but you
something?
need to make sure that make sure people are aware that they need to dispel the sheep once the mind control's finished.
Could be called out.
I assume.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if when he blinks, if he drops the aggro actually, but I haven't written that in my notes to be honest.
Yeah, you need to pick him up with a taunt. Once he splits, you pick him up with taunt because he does drop the aggro.
But no, I meant that those are two different abilities. So he splits and he blinks. So what will
Yeah.
happen if he's in the middle and he blinks on the top of the stairs here? Who's gonna
It makes
tank?
no sense for Blink to reset the aggro.
Pretty sure I read that it does reset the aggro.
Everything that blinks resets the aggro. That's just the mechanic of World of Warcraft. That's what I'm just thinking. What if he just blinks and comes on top? That's gonna be nasty. What?
I'm looking it up now.
I don't think he can blink up there, can he?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he can. I don't think he can go that far, all the way
Yeah.
to the back. I honestly don't think he can. That would be broken as fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure he can.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
the top
that
is
would be
safe.
mental. That would be insane.
Yeah,
How would you like
you reset.
just
Blast-
delete all of the fucking casters?
Okay, so Hector says that he blinks only on the 3 spots where he duplicates, so that will be sorted out by the tanks. That's easy. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
okay, let's go. I haven't actually checked the blink. I just know that he blinks, but I didn't check where he blinks exactly. Minor detail that I passed by. Okay, let's go down. So once we go down here, I told everybody to wait because there is one patrol here that I want to talk about real quick. That consists of Vecnis warriors, 3 of pack, which once killed, they spawn lots of low, low level, not low level, but lots of little ads. Those 3. Okay, I'm gonna just go there and aggro them. So once we aggro these guys, I'm just gonna quickly kill Cross, and when you see how many ads they spawn. So I suggest we just AoE those 3 packs. Each of them will be tanked by 1 warrior. We just AoE them down and just continue AoEing. So yeah, just to keep in mind for the patrol. On the right side, this is just again Brainwasher who fears. I don't know exactly what they did, but it's just trash. So on the right side here, we go to the bug trio. Let's go to the bug trio real quick. Let Guardians knock back. Which Guardians?
The 3 bugs.
Ah, these ones.
So do you want to tank them with the back facing the wall? Like where the star is. Anywhere really, but with the back facing the wall.
Are you sure those knockback? Let me check. Let me just real quickly check. Anubis Sentinels. Vecnis Guardians. Is this Vecnis Guardians? Yeah. Vectin Guardians Impale will do significantly bleed, which deals damage over time, sends the player stuck within its fly into the air, where they will eventually take fall damage, and they enrage. Yeah, actually, you're right.
The tunnel has a low roof in it, so just.
Yeah. Okay. So those 3 will be tanked by 3 tanks, and they will be tanked here, where I'm standing. So 3 of them will be spread. The Brainwasher will be tanked on the other side, and just first we'll kill the Brainwasher because he fears. And after that, we're gonna kill the Guardians. Actually, yeah, very good, Hector. I forgot about that. I thought they didn't charge.
Is the knockback on just the tank or the person who's got aggro, or is it on everyone around it?
It should be only the tank. It says player.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, actually.
I think that you need to tank them apart because even if they don't cleave, I think that the knock-up will be in a cone in front of them, not on the player. So
No, I'm reading it right now in WoW Classic. It says player, but I'm not
Players.
just, and it's like I'm not sure. It's not like a charge. It's impale. It's significantly bleach with deals damage over time and sends the player stuck in the air.
Okay.
For this reason, tanks need to tank the Vecnis Guardians with their backs against the wall. That's just what it says. So yeah, just get the Guardians, get them in this at the wall. Okay, I'm gonna just get those. Don't kill them. I'm gonna stand exactly here and let's see if they knock me back, because I was standing earlier inside and I didn't saw those guys knock me back. I just saw the brainwasher fearing.
Yeah, well, you're level 100.
We have a lower level. Okay, Looney, get one aggro one.
Just vanish. And then Luna should get aggro.
Coffee, can you go to push stock?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that's why I thought I didn't see the knockback. They just don't do that. Okay, let's just kill them. We get the point. They knock back. Yeah, okay, let's kill the left ones.
Yeah, Hector says if you sit, you should get hit.
Yeah, but he sat
Might
down
be
and
worth
he didn't
trying it
get
on
hit.
another patch at some point.
Okay, so let's get to the 3 bugs. So in which order you kill them? Basically, if you kill one, whichever gets last kill, they will have a certain little bit like a loot table difference. They also they have a shared loot, and each one of them has a different loot. But they say that if you kill, let me check which one was it.
The one who hits really hard, the tank melter, he drops the best shit.
I have a loot table for who you kill. That's what you get.
Yeah, we're not gonna comment the loot table right now. We're gonna commentate how we're gonna kill them. So I think we kill first Yao, then Kree, and basically leave Rem for last.
Yeah, Rem's a beast.
Yeah, Vem, sorry. So Vem, whenever you kill them, doesn't matter in which order, he enrages the other 2 bugs. So that's why usually you don't kill him first. Whatever you do, you either kill him second or last. That's the options. So Kree, I'm just gonna mark right now with skull whichever I'm talking for. So this is Kree. Kree does a toxic volley, poisons the rate, needs fast cleansing, and when she dies, she leaves a poison cloud, which does insane damage. So whenever she dies, you need to go away. Yao, I'm gonna reactivate skill. This is the healer. So she heals, dispels other bug, and fears as well. And when she dies, she spawns little ads that needs to be AoE'd. So the 3 of those, where you see them right now, do you see that there are a little bit cubbies behind them? So my strategy is when we start the fight, we just snitch them inside those cubbies and tank them there, because Yao, for example, needs to be line out of sight in other bugs because she's gonna heal them and dispel them and stuff like that. Vem, this is Vem. Vem charges random players in line of sight, knocks back. Tanks need to sit with their backs against the wall. When Vem kills, he enrages the other one. So until Kree dies, hunters need to keep nature resistance, cleansing on the whole raid until she dies. After you kill Yao, and everybody must make sure that they're ready for the bugs to spawn. So first we kill Kree, after that we go on Yao. We continue with the nature resistance on Yao, and when we kill her, we kill the ads. Her spellcasts are interruptible, and but she's also immune to silence, so you can resist a lot of her interruption and stuff like that. The big difference here is that Yao drops aggro when she fears, mitigating the fear ward. So we need to have one tank separated from those 3 bugs, ready once the main tank is feared. He needs to get inside and tank her. Yes, basically, those are tauntable bosses. You can taunt them, but it's just that when she fears, she's gonna drop the aggro. Something like my idea right now is like in Stratoholm, the spider boss. When he knocks you back or whatever, when he puts the net on you, even if you dispel the net, you still lose the aggro on it. So this is something like that. Therefore, another tank needs to be standing 20 yards away, waiting to taunt her. After Yao, we get Vem with the attacks against wolves in some of the other cubbies, and everybody stack on behind them and just basically kill him.
You mean in these, right? In these holes. And
Well, do you see where the bosses right now are standing? So there's a cubby behind Yao, there's a cubby behind Kree, and there's the cubby on the big cubby on the right side. This is for Vem. So I'm gonna demonstrate it. So Gubeng, go and pick Yao, Mono pick Kree, and I will pick Vem.
Do you want to just change the raid difficulty to 25 man real quick? Because that'll give the mobs probably more health and we will probably hit less, which means we probably won't one-shot every single mob.
I don't think that's an option here. That's AQ. It shouldn't have that option.
Can you right-click your portrait and go to raid difficulty?
Yeah, it's all gray.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay, Mono. Grab Kree, Gubeng, grab Yao, and I'll grab Ven.
Hector is going to grab because I can't taunt.
Doesn't matter, just slap it once and just bring it in the cubby.
Oh, it will die.
Remove your weapon then.
Hector got it.
Okay, I have Vem in this cubby. Get Kree in the middle cubby. Okay, I got knocked back. I got knocked back again. Ooh, he dropped the aggro when he knocked me
and
back.
the princess, when she used the AoE fear, she will wipe her threat table.
Yeah, I told that.
When you get the knockback, can you intercept?
Yeah, wait, because he drops the aggro once he knocks back. And I'm feared. Okay, so you see why they need to be tanked line outside of each other.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly. He knocks me back constantly, man. I can't grab him. Feared. Okay. I think I almost got it. Okay, this is insane. Eska, we're hitting how you breathe, man.
I'm on my phone because I'm in the kitchen making food.
Okay, never mind. You got it. So this is one cubby right where I'm right here. Moon is tanked properly. And yeah, it seems that it's a little bit hard. Okay, so we killed Rem, and both of them right now enraged because of that factor. Okay, let's just kill them now. Okay, and there are the little ads that she spawns. They are like. Okay. Do you see this cloud? Do you see this cloud right here? This cloud is when Kree dies. Yao dies. Sorry. No. Kree. Sorry, Kree. Wait. Just let me check. Yeah, Kree. When so be very careful with this cloud. You need to be very. You need to get away from this cloud because this is massive damage. Okay, let's go to the second now. So after the bug trio. Oh, by the way, another thing about the bug trio is if people if somebody gets knocked back or basically gets away from the room, the fight will reset. So that's another mechanic. If we get something overwhelmed or whatever, we can reset the fight. It's something like last boss in Zoo group where you just jump on the platform. So here we just go exit the room and they will despawn. Okay, so here wasn't there supposed to be a patrol? Yeah, there should be a patrol here. Wait for the patrol. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Vecnis warriors. This should be the patrol. It should patrol here. By the way, those guardians on the left side, we should be able to skip it. If we want those bugs on the left. But never mind. So those bugs, we're gonna pull them. Oh, that's a lot of knockbacks. So we're gonna pull them. Basically, all the warriors are gonna grab one and stick to the wall. We're gonna burn them one by one. Okay, here we're gonna do the same. Just kill them. Those knockbacks. So we just tank him here and be very careful with the aggro. Because if somebody pulls the aggro, they will be knocked back in other packs. So we're gonna move some here. We're not gonna kill the backs on the left. We're gonna hug the wall. Okay, the patrol right now is coming to us. Let's kill this patrol. Yep, they spawn lots of little ads. Okay, so stop. Those Vecnis warriors are not the ones that respawn, so we're gonna stop somewhere here because Sertura has a massive aggro range. So Sertura has 3 ads. They're basically like her, but just miniaturized version. They do. They all spin in Whirlwind. They have knockback. They have cleave. When she starts whirlwinding, she neglects the tank's aggro. So when she starts whirlwinding, she basically go rampant in everybody. When she whirlwinds, she is not stunnable. She is immune to stun only when she's whirlwinding. But when she's not whirlwinding, there needs to be a stun rotation for her to be kept in place. Limited invulnerability potion on this boss is highly valued because they're doing only melee attacks. So if you're stuck in between like whirlwinds and cleaves and shit, and you're a healer, for example, limited invulnerability potion will save you basically. So we're gonna start off with the tanks getting inside and grabbing each of the Royal Guard and Sertura, and we're gonna burn them each one of the ads one by one. And we're gonna keep her stun locked as much as we can. And keep in mind that the diminishing returns on the stun locks are like, I think it was 20 or 25 seconds in World of Warcraft Classic. And Kidney Shot is the only stun that is not shared as a diminishing return with everything else. So in stun lock rotation, you can do Concussive Shot, you can do Hammer of Justice, you can do Kidney Shot, whatever. So basically, I will call out when the stun rotation should commence, and you start with Hammer of Justice. After that, Kidney Shot, and after that, I think that's it because we don't have actually the protection tank, so we have to do with that. Healers and range DPS will stay far away so that they don't get cleave or whirlwinded. And that's it, I think. And if anyone else want to add something about second boss?
Just that you should tank them apart, kill the ads, and then the boss finally.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They cleave everyone when so you want them apart.
So you want to like put them maybe over where the star is over here, and then the ads with the backs facing the tank's backs facing the wall, but not next to each other. So just you just mark them up and call targets and make sure that Satura is away from her ads as well, and then just get her last.
Yeah, exactly. So Gubane, for example, you will go and pick Sartura, while 3 other designated tanks will keep up, get the ads, and they will bring them somewhere around here. Or maybe you can actually get Sartura on the other side, on the left side. I will just go there. Somewhere here, with your back against the wall, as far as you can, so that she doesn't knock you back. Actually, I'm not sure that does she knock back. I think the ads knock back.
The ads do, but they are like just mini versions of her, so I think she does it as well.
Okay, so we're gonna tank the ads on the right side spread up. We're gonna have damage dealers here, healers here at the beginning of the corridor. In the main tank, Ubain, you will tank Sartura where you're standing right now. We're gonna burn down each of the ads one by one, and after that we're gonna transition to Sartura. She is tauntable, by the way, also. I'm just not sure if you can taunt her while she's whirlwinding. But nonetheless, anyone else have any questions about this fight?
Yeah, how do we do the stun rotations?
Well, I suggest some of the one paladin goes a little bit closer to her, or we can start actually with the kidney shot, and after that, while she's stunned, the paladin can reach her, just throw one hammer of justice and get away.
Does scatter shot work?
Yeah, it can work, but you break it with you when you do damage.
Of course, yeah.
It should be a stun.
But is it not just about interrupting the cast though?
It's about keeping her in place because she's constantly whirlwinding and cleaving, and she's just rampantly running around. It's not about the aggro, but she's just constantly switches targets. That's why people need to be spread up a little bit. They don't need to be stuck, because if she goes in the raid whirlwinding, everything gets in chaos. And once she starts whirlwinding, she will drop the aggro of the main tank. I'm just not sure if you can taunt her while she's whirlwinding, because she's not stunnable while she's whirlwinding. So that's the problem. The ads needs to be put down right away, because when they whirlwind, they too drop the aggro of the tank they're tanking. So yeah, once the whirlwind ends, we need to stun lock her for some time. Wait for
Just reading. It says that kidney shot is the best way to keep them stunned after she whirlwinds.
I was going to say is, with the kidney shot, we can easily have a rotation where, for example, the second combat starts, I'll do the first kidney, and then we could have a paladin run over, do a hammer, and then Lee can do one, and then we can just have just do a little cycle. Every kidney's followed by a hammer, but there's always someone ready in the wings, ready to do a kidney as well, because obviously you can have loads of rogues hacking away.
Does kidney shot in classic had a cooldown? I don't remember.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
How much?
20 seconds.
Okay, so it's not like Hammer of Justice. Well, so the diminishing return, Archon, you should know this. What was the diminishing return of kidney shot?
It's every other stun lock, but based on a percentage.
Where is Arkan and Mono, by the way?
I saw one was on a follow on me, but he's not here anymore.
I don't think that that you're meant to be stun lock them down all the time. I think
Yeah.
you do have to actually cope with the whirlwind as well.
So with kidney shot, within 15 seconds of the last kidney shot, after 21 seconds, the effect is reduced by 50%.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just thinking, that's the diminishing return. So what was it after one first kidney shot? How much was it? 21 seconds.
So after the last, so if you could not a target within 15 seconds of the last one, so you need to wait a full 20 seconds before there'll be a diminishing return, or 21 seconds.
Okay, so we're gonna sit 6-second kidney shot followed by a 5 seconds hammer of justice. So that's 11 seconds. We're gonna wait one whirlwind, and after that we're gonna continue with the sun rotation.
We organized before, like pairs of paladins and rogues. I suppose actually the paladin rotation won't be in the same beat because hammer justice is a different cooldown.
Yeah, but we have lots of paladins. I think for their
So you wouldn't even need to name the paladins then. You could just literally organize the rogues in order of kidneys, and then whatever paladin's nearest can come and hammer.
yeah, whoever is not on cooldown. So
for example, when one tank's target dies, it should be going to Satura and taunt it for minimizing the debuff. Armor debuff, I think it is. Yeah, it is.
yeah, and every melee is gonna stand behind those ads in order to evade the cleave. So yeah, once we kill the ads, all the tanks are going to come face the way and try to taunt him while she's one-winding. The difficult part of this is just keep her in place because she's constantly running away and just running around people, constantly changing targets and whirlwinding. That's her ability. Okay, let's kill her. And let's move on. Somebody with a AoE, just kill them fast. Okay. So this is the funny part. This is like a little bit the suppression room, because those ads respawn in about 30 seconds of each other. The big guys, I'm just gonna mark one skull, just see the big blue guy. So I don't know if in retail those are actually elites or they're just normal mobs. They may be just a normal mob with like 10k HP or something. So here, what we're going to do is we're gonna start when everybody's ready. We're gonna move as one the whole raid, and we're just gonna constantly run in an AoE. Let's move, everybody together. Do we have a mage? Mages, can you AoE them? Yeah, we're just gonna do something like this. Tanks will be in front, of course. They're gonna pick. Yeah, this Vecnish soldier, by the way, does a nasty slow of 60% and slowing you for 7 seconds. So be wary of that. So we're just gonna continue move. It's a long tunnel, by the way. Yeah, I don't know my AoE on this rogue. And I don't know if it's just retail, but if you look at behind us, they already have started to respawn.
Starts in Classic also.
What?
It's also in Classic.
Is it?
It spawns like a 20 or 30 seconds. So you have to go all the way to the end, kill the boss up here, and they will. Then you kill them again, and then they won't respawn.
Okay, so don't hurry up in front too much because I want to show you. So this is the end of the corridor, and this is crucial because Vecnis is the fourth boss, and he has a huge aggro radius as well. So
I think it's into the room.
So once we come here and clear this pack, it's a little bit unclear where is exactly the safe spot, depending. But it should be either at star, who is star? Yeah, Matteo, or here on the right. But I think on the left side there, we shouldn't aggro any of the respawns. So once we travel after this room, nobody takes a peek in front. Everybody will come here. I'm actually not even sure if here we can pull. I mean, put the boss or behind where Hector is standing. Hector, do you think there's that safe spot there?
Hey, and by the way, these Vecna soldiers drop loot, so these are gonna be picked up and gonna be sorted out after the boss because you don't have time for it.
Which ones?
The Vecna soldiers, the blue ones.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I just want to find the safe spot without aggroing the drones. Okay, let's just say it's somewhere rough about here. We have time for everybody to rebuff and drink and stuff like that. So safe spot from here, we will just go instantly left in this gap here. Okay? Oops, I fell down again. This is our safe spot. Nobody goes in front because you're gonna instantly pull the boss. Okay? Here. I'm just gonna again show for the stream. Okay, so from here on, we're gonna go and engage Vecnus. So, sorry, what am I calling Vecnus? It's Fankris. Yeah, I'm talking about Twin Emperors. I don't know why. So, listen up about Vecnus. So, Vecnus itself is basically the least of your troubles in this encounter right now. So, what they're going to do is, Gubain, you're gonna go in front and get Fankris and basically rotate him with his tail right now facing us. So you're gonna go and rotate him 180 degrees. And that's it. From tanking perspective, he's gonna put a mortal wound debuff on you, reducing your healing received by 10% per each stack. So after, I don't know, actually I couldn't determine how much exactly. 3? After 3 stacks, I was thinking 5 or 6. Okay, so okay, let's play it safe, says Hector. So after 3 stacks, tanks will rotate. And that's it. He's just tanking his bank. It is 1 million, should not take much time anyway. Well, I don't know, we're gonna see. So you're gonna tank them on let's say 4. Let's say 4. So on 4 stacks, you're gonna switch with the tanks. You're gonna call out for a switch. I'm not sure if this boss is tauntable, by the way. I didn't see anywhere if he's tauntable or not. But he should be tauntable.
That's how the tank swap happens. The tank swap happens via taunt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, basically you taunt him. The rest of the raid will be on his tail. Everybody will be grouped on his tail and wait for the spawns. So let's go a little bit forward without pulling them. So if you come here and face the camera behind. So what? I pulled him. Oh my god, I'm such a noob. Can somebody get him just for a second? Okay, so from this corridor here, where Diamond is standing, 1 corridor. This is the 2nd corridor. And the 3rd corridor. A wave of ads will come. So once one wave is coming, a random person right here, Gubain, will be pulled and entangled in there, and healers need to mind and see for him because right now, as you see, the new hatchling wave is on Gobane, and he might die, so you need to heal them. The rest of the people will be stacked on his tail, where I'm standing right now as Diamond. Everybody will be here damaging the boss. So we are going to wait for a lot of hatchlings to gather up, like 2-3 waves, and I will call out when we're gonna AoE them. All other time, nobody AoEs them, nobody touches them. Only leave the warriors. Just tank them. The tanks will tank the small ads, and we're gonna AoE them. So those big worms spawn on Fankris. This is gonna be the hard part, because you have 10 to 15 seconds to kill one of those worms. If not killed, they enrage and start one-shotting every people they see. So everybody come here to the tail, please. Let's simulate a fight. So we have here Looney is tanking, the boss is slapping him. So we have Wedge. Yeah, you can see them. Yeah, you can stun them. I was just gonna go there. So right now you see we have somewhere around 2 waves of hatchlings. I'm just gonna kill real quick the spawn. Yeah. So right now we have somewhere around 2 waves of hatchlings. We're not gonna address this. We're gonna continue damaging the boss. Once another wave comes, then we're gonna basically AoE them down. They need to be a little bit more for this to AoE them. Once everybody will be on the boss. Once I call out okay with the ads, everybody will AoE the ads and continue fighting the boss. Once you see a spawn of Fankris, that's when everybody will go on the spawn of Fankris. You can stun him as well, like Hector said. You can crowd control them, but they need to die in 10 seconds. Let's make it like a lava spawn challenge in Molten Core. They need to die immediately, basically. Once you see them
There's
die.
no sappers, presumably.
No, only the spawn of Fankris. The hatchlings, we don't care about the hatchlings that much.
Oh, okay, so we don't. So when it comes to wiping groups of the hatchers, we don't need to be worried about that. They can be killed easily.
Yeah, I think all the warlocks and the mages, once they cast all their AoEs, they will be gone.
Great,
That's why we're gonna wait for several waves. But the spawn of
the fangs, yeah, because they wipe you. Yeah, sorry. That's
the spawn of Fankris are the ones that are dangerous. The yellow worms. So the yellow worms can come from 1 to 3. After a wave of hatchling, there should be coming a worm. You see right now 1 worm is coming, but we can get up to 3 spawn worms at a time. So whenever you see a worm, that needs to be killed in 10 seconds.
I guess also as well so you're saying up to 3 can spawn at once. So in which case we need to instantly allocate equal DPS to all 3 worms.
No.
So you're not 3 can spawn at a time.
No, I would say that we are gonna have to deal with them one by one.
But need to deal with all 3 in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yes.
We have 10 seconds to kill them, the 3 of them, once they spawn. So when they spawn, we're gonna pick one, kill them fast.
Yes, but I'm asking. But you're saying 3 can spawn at once, so you got 10 seconds to kill all 3, or is it only 1 spawns and then you got 10 seconds to kill it, but another one's gonna come later?
Usually 1 can spawn, but they come in waves. So 1 wave can spawn up to 3 spawn of Fankrises. It's like a RNG, a little bit. Usually they will come one by one. And once the one comes, you have 10 to 15 seconds to kill it. But sometimes you can end up with 2 or 3. But that's like the RNG goes in Classic. So
yeah. So back to what I was saying then. So we don't need to. So presumably, if they only start in 10 seconds and 3 spawn, surely we then need to make sure that we're allocating enough DPS to each one. Because if all the raid go on 1, and then there's 2 blasting the hell out of everyone, then that's not going to work, is it?
Well, I think if you down 1 fast, the second one, the third one you can CC it and then kill it again. They should be supposed to be dying for 10 seconds, so they shouldn't be having that much HP.
Okay, cool. All right.
But I'm not sure. Maybe we can splitting the raid damage and saying, okay, you're gonna go on this one and this one and this one. It's gonna be a little bit hard.
No, I know what you're saying. I just meant that depending on how long they take to kill, if they take 5-6 seconds to kill each one, then by the time you get to the third one, they're going to start. But if you can CC them, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can stun them.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So you can. Everybody will be stacked basically on the tail of the boss. The boss will be in the middle of the room, like something like this. And healers be mind of the people that are getting entangled. Just heal them up, so the hashlings come to you in the raid. So we're gonna wait for the little ads to come. We're gonna AoE them, and once you see a Fankris, instantly CC them. The third one, if we spawn on 3, we kill 1, 2, and the third one might enrage. Once it's the rage, a paladin will instantly Hammer of Justice, please. But that's because rogues won't have time to build up 5 combo points on them. And we'll continue after that with the kidney shot, and they should be dead because one Hammer of Justice with the kidney shot, that's it, 18 seconds. 11 seconds, sorry. So from this point on, we go to visitors on the left side. Yes, Matti.
Unless I missed it, don't you just need to make sure that you've got warriors at the entrances just to pick up and bring the boys over the spawns?
Well, no, because everybody will be stacked up at the tail of the boss, and initially they will once they come, they will instantly get healer aggro, and they will automatically come to us. There's no need to have a tank to be getting them.
But don't you get one guy who gets like teleported in there and webbed? So don't you get the one warrior stood next to it so that they can save that guy who gets webbed and bring everything back?
Well, I was
teleports one of your Hashling tanks.
What sort of?
You mean the teleport from damaging the Hashling?
The entanglement. He means the entanglements. If somebody gets entangled, they will get the aggro of the worms.
Yeah.
Well,
they die instantly.
No.
You need to be. I think you need to get them out, don't you?
Well, I was just thinking that they'd die if everyone's in the middle. Healers will be out of range, tanks will be out of range, so we might end up getting a healer that gets entangled and then they die because there's no Fury warrior or tank warrior to take the bugs, bring them back into the group. So if we could afford to lose 3 warriors, space them out, even maybe give them a healer each in range because there's lots of other people in the middle helping each other in the middle, then whoever gets webbed, it doesn't really matter because we've got people there to save them and bring the ads over back into the middle.
Well, I think if everybody, this is okay, but we're gonna sacrifice like 6 people to be standing there, 3 healers and 3 DPSs or tanks, whatever. They're gonna stand there, and if they're gonna stand there, basically they will just have to constantly rotate between us. While
they don't have to be out like right there, but as long as they're aware of it, because otherwise, every time someone gets entangled, they're just going to die, and then we're just going to get.
No, I don't think that. I don't think they will die because those little ads don't do that much damage, and as well, the snakes don't do much damage as well. They one shot when they enrage, so they will be entangled there for roughly around 7 seconds. But they're not doing anything. So once every healer starts casting spells, they will just go there, maybe hit and slap that entangled guy for 1-2 times, and they will instantly move in the raid because they don't want to. They have nothing to do with the entangled guy. It's just that healer, if the boss is in the middle, healers will have the range to heal that guy, and once they heal them once or twice, he will instantly drop the aggro from the entangled guy will drop the aggro from the healers instantly. That's how usually it happens. It's not like he's there and he gets the aggro. He's just entangled there.
Yeah, the healers will have the aggro. Fair point.
Yeah, I think that's all right.
Yeah, because if you have healers and warriors looking out, you're gonna have like people constantly rotating to there to pick up the ads which will eventually come to us. And there is one guy who's there, and if you have 2 healers healing him, just throw 1 heal, he will survive, and the ads will come to us.
Sounds good.
So I don't think that, yeah. I think it would be better, but we can test it out. If those guys are dying that much fast, we can have like warriors in the middle standing there to see if somebody's getting tangled and goes and grab. Let me check if I. No, I haven't wrote how much the worms do damage, but actually they're not that scary. They're scary only when they're in rage. So yeah, we're gonna stick with the people behind the tail. Okay, so moving on to Visitors. So Visitors is like a green blob, as you see. He throws poison volleys every 10 seconds. That's just it. This is where I was thinking we can implement 100 nature resistance on healers and casters as well, but I don't think that will be necessary. Don't. So here everybody needs to wear and do damage, frost damage. So melees will get they already have it, but they will have the daggers with the chance on hit. Frostbolt.
You can actually get a count for it. You need 200 frost hits on him for him to be frozen.
What?
You need 200 hits with frost magic or whatever.
Yeah.
Then he will.
So ice ones are great as well for that.
Yeah, so you have every melee with the daggers. Every mage is going to cast one rank 1 frostbolt at him.
Can I
Healers.
ask a quick question?
Yes.
Is it worth having the icy enchant on weapons, or is that useless?
No,
Well, I had it. I had it on myself, but actually I think it's useless because it doesn't matter. It's you have to
It's
do.
a slow, isn't it? Not an ice attack.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I thought that was right, but I just wanted to ask while everyone was here, just so everyone else.
I'm not
knew as
sure.
well.
I still have the icy enchant, but I'm not sure if somebody else has something to say about the icy enchant. I don't know.
It's not about damage. It's just about frost applied. Yeah, frost oil. That's the one to weapons.
That's why the daggers are good, because it's
I'm going to
attack
enchant
speed.
mine.
And the proc
I'm
is.
going to enchant mine
great.
with Crusader. If it lets me.
Really? Why? For the pure lols.
Flex. Yeah.
Hector says you can put frost
Frost
oil
dagger
on
boy.
weapons.
Yeah, that's the one.
So yeah, melee.
I've got frost oil.
Yeah, you get frost oil. You get the
Frost
the thing.
oil. Fuck, I haven't got any of that.
Yeah, all casters should get frost ones for healers and other, for example, priests and other wand users. I recommend the one that you get from the quest reward from killing Drek in AV. That's the best.
I'm gonna have to find another one.
Yeah, on my
Can you
warlock.
just restore it?
What?
Can you not restore it if you've sold it?
I'm not sure.
I actually wrote a ticket to Richard, but I didn't get any reply. It was in my bank and now it's gone. I don't know what's happening.
On my warlock, I also sold it. So yeah, never mind. Get any frost wand you can get on your hands on, and so we could just go deal with the frost bolts. Tank and spank him 200 frostbolts attacks, and what happens after that? So after we froze him, we're gonna continue doing damage, but he will explode, and basically he will explode. He will splash in little blobs. Every blob will be on the wall, and every blobs at the same time will start rushing to the middle of the room. By the way, we want to tank visitors in the middle. I'm not sure if where he's blobbed they appear, or they appear on the highest threat person. I think it's on the main tank where they start targeting him and getting to him. So they start moving in a moderate pace from the corners, from the walls to the middle of the room, and that's where everybody needs to supper them in the middle when they're all stacked up, just before they group up and become again visitors and just combine and get a big blob out of them. Everybody needs to supercharge them. If you are not an engineer, what I recommend is going to Ungor Crater and return the yellow crystals and get what was it called?
Crystal charges.
Yeah, crystal
The
charges.
thing with crystal charges is that there's some very, very low range, so they need to be like on top of us for
Which is
the
when it's
crystal
really
charge to
yeah.
hit anyone.
Those are like really last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What I will call out. For example, we're gonna wait, and now everybody will just get ready. And now when they group up, everybody will just press their charges, super charges, whatever, and we're gonna explode all the blobs. I don't know any other strategy. For example, killing 5 blobs at a time. I don't
That'd be a
follow.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Blob represents 5% of visitors' total health.
Yep. And we have to kill the blobs. If we don't kill the blobs, they combine in visitors again. Visitors appears, and we have to freeze him again, and that cycle repeats until he's dead, basically, until he's no HP left. Also, greater nature protection potions here are needed before the fight and during the fight to mitigate some poison volley damage on him. And that's it. Okay, let's go back. I think this is pretty straightforward. It will be a hard encounter in my opinion. But yeah, this is where every person from the raid needs at least like 5 charges or super charges in order to kill that boss. After we're done with this commentary, I would ask actually how we plan to operate.
Separate charges, you will need to tell people to throw them first because it has a bigger range. So the crystal charge is gonna be popped at when they're on top of us. So the mages just arcane explode when they are in range.
Yeah, we're gonna coordinate that. I think
Yes.
that everything will be on, mages can stay a little bit farther away and wait for the blobs to come in, and that's where they're gonna start arcane explosion, and then everything will finish with crystal charges and super charges. Okay, they're Vectis Hive Chloros, poison damage, and does cripply poison and thunder armor. Those are those two scorpions. Not much to them. They just slow, reduce your armor, and they have lots of HP, I think, as well. And does poison damage, which can be resisted. So just kill them here. People in the front, you're too fast. Okay, so this here pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna mount them real quick.
Quick question: does anyone have the recipe for frost oil?
I think I have it on my druid.
On the auction, it's less expensive.
Pardon?
It's like 2 gold or something, so they're not so expensive.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Just in case if anyone.
Okay, so we've reached the Stinger trash bags.
These things are horrible.
There are more horrible things here.
There are. They're just really annoying more than anything else.
Okay, so this is a pack of 4 mobs. Okay, 5. Some are 4, some are 5. So they consist of stingers, wasps, and they can contain also a lasher. So what's important here? The stingers are casting poison bolts or random targets. They also charge, but that charge is like a little slight knockback. It's not like big knockback. This is the stingers. The stingers are the big white bugs. So that's all they did. The debuff itself. Sorry, Fenris wasps. The wasps.
It's when you get the 2 debuffs together that it's horrible.
Yeah,
You'll just die.
Yeah. So the wasps just sprays shadow poison bolts, little bit of a charge, and that's it. But the wasps, the little ones, they put a debuff on you, which itself is not that big, but once you get hit by a poison bolt, when you have a debuff, the poison bolt will actually deal 4 times more damage, and it can kill you. So the stingers need to die first. Those are the first priority. I will mark 1 stinger with cross. We kill it fast, and after that we kill the wasps. I don't think that the wasp does anything else significantly, but they need to be tanked apart from each other. After we kill stingers, after that each wasps, and if they have a lasher, the lasher needs to be tanked away from everyone because it whirlwinds and also it knockbacks. So, for example, if you pull a pack, we can leave the wasps somewhere around. We can basically taunt them in the middle. One stinger on the left. We kill the stinger on the left. We kill the wasps, while another tank is tanking the lasher somewhere here. So I will mark one lasher with cross to see it. That's a lasher, the lady thing. Tanks we tank it with their backs against the wall. So there are quite a few ads like this here. Any questions about those trash packs? Oh, okay, let's go and kill them all. So we kill this. Basically, we need to kill basically all because they patrol here very fast. Okay, you can pull one. Don't kill those. Don't kill those to see the charge. Okay, everybody look at Looney. Okay, you see how he knocked back me? It wasn't a big knockback, the stingers, when they charge you. It's like the Surger knockback a little bit, but it knocks back only one person. So, but the Lasher knocked back pretty hard. So that's why the Lashers needs to be tanked away with the tanks up against the wall. Okay, let's continue. And we reached Huhuran. I repeat again, Huhuran has a very high aggro meter, so everybody will be stacked up here before we enter. Once we come here, Great Natural Protection Potion will be popped, and we're gonna wait for that cooldown to reset so that we can pop one during the fight. While we fight her, basically, she is not supposed to spray poison volleys. She can spray poison volleys only when she's below 30% or she gets frenzied. When she gets frenzied, that needs to be tranked immediately. That's like the Drake that enrages in it. I don't remember. Ebonrock was it? No, not Ebonrock. Flamegore. Like Flamegore. Needs to be a trank rotation here, constantly tranked. If she's not tranked, the poison volley will commence on the 15 closest targets. So the 15 people that will be the soakers will be the 15 melee who will be closest to her. That will consist of warrior, rogues, and maybe hunters if we don't have that much. But we'll see how many people we have with 170 plus nature resistance. Tanks won't be wearing nature resistance gear. I repeat, they will be only wearing mitigation gear because I will just quickly tell you what her abilities are. So Poison Bolt does 2k poison damage to the 15 closest players. This effect occurs when she's frenzied or berserked. Acid Spit is applied on the tanks. Does 290 to 280 damage per stack every 2 seconds. Cannot be resisted and cannot be cured. So that's why tanks actually don't need the nature protection potions, the nature resistance gear, because this acid spit, which is applied only to the tanks, cannot be mitigated or cannot be dispelled, cannot be done anything. So there's no point for them to use because they're all already getting the heal. So it's not a problem for them to not wear nature gear. Wyvern Sting is an AoE sleep effect on players on melee range. Affects up to 10 targets, including pets. Deals 3k damage if dispelled. So once Wyvern Sting is put, that will be put on a melee target. Basically, every melee will be slept. So melee on this fight is just soakers. The whole fight should be carried with the casters, from the casters. Noxious Poison does 3k damage over 8 seconds. Also silences and spread to nearby players. Cannot be cleansed. This poison is cast on the casters and the healers. That's why. Do you see the middle puddle there? Princess Hukuran will be tanked in that puddle. So all the soakers and all melees will be stacked around her in a circle, max spread between themselves as much as they can, but still in her hitbox. And on the outer rim will be spread out all the casters on each direction, apart from each other as much as possible. We're gonna spread out the healers around the circle so that they have equally healing everybody. At 30% she enrages. Hukuran is not tauntable. And yeah, so tanks need to rotate on this boss because, like I said, the acid spit on them can stack up to infinite, basically. So if one stack does 300 damage, I would say in roughly about 5 stacks they should be swapping. So this boss is not tauntable. So everybody should be holding on their aggro very big time and leave the first 2 tanks on top. So for example, Gubane and Mono will be tanking. Gubane will be first tanking, and after 5 stacks, they will swap out. So once Gubane requests a swap, Mono needs to be very near him, and he will request a Blessing of Protection on him, because I'm pretty sure that he'll be using other potions on him, and he won't be having the cooldown for Lip. So he will request a Blessing of Protection, and the Paladin needs to give him immediately, and Mono will take over. That's why Mono needs to be second on threat. And they will be continually swapping. So when she reaches 30%, she will increase her attack speed or her damage, and she will spray Poison Volley every basically 2 seconds. She sprays like, she squirts like a squirter, you know, slow. It's basically when she hits, she puts a poison volley. So that's when all cooldowns will be reserved for this boss. Everyone will pop everything, and we need to down her from this 30% to 0 immediately. Any questions?
So when she does the spit that counts up, can it be removed by the dwarves?
Yeah, actually.
With stone skin
or
whatever it's called.
Actually, it removes poison effects, but I'm not sure. Like poison, the poison volley, I don't think it's a debuff. You know.
Okay.
And also, if you're counting the wyverns thing while you slept, you can't use a storm from when you're slept, I think. And if you use it, I don't know if you take the damage. I don't know. I don't know. I literally don't know about the storm form. But the poison volley, I don't think it's like a dot. It just does 2k damage on everyone. This can be mitigated with nature resistance gear. That's why we're wearing it.
Alright.
Any other questions?
No.
Anyone else?
Good evening, guys.
Makes
By the
sense.
way, sorry I'm late.
Good evening, Storius.
Yeah.
Did I miss something? Can you?
Oh, there's going to be a video, mate, so you can watch everything back.
Okay, nice.
Okay, let's start. Where is Gubane? Okay, Gubane, go and get her and get her in the middle. Okay, now get her in the middle. We're going to get in, and everybody get the spread position around her. I'm actually a melee, that's why I'm gonna stand here. Gubane in the middle. It's here where I'm standing. Yeah, this is where she needs to be standing. So I'm a melee, I will be standing near. As you see, we don't have a trank. And we all slept. We don't have right now a trank, so she's casting her volleys. I actually don't know what will happen if the main tank is slept.
I will keep on having aggro.
What?
I think I will keep on having aggro even if I get sleeped.
Can you just? You said it would get 3k if you dispel it.
Yeah. No,
So
you can dispel the tank because he's gonna get the acid spit and he's gonna get annihilated by the boss. And if you get dispelled with 3k damage, he will die. So I think we should wait on this boss. Basically, everybody will wait. So
Hector. Something.
while she's basically in phase one, or let's say phase one before she enrages, nobody's taking any damage except when for the poison volleys when she frenzies. So if we get a trank rotation here, the phase one is not that big, and the enrage timer is not that big as well. I think it was 5 or 10 minutes. So we can wait around like 20-30 seconds for the tanks to build up really big aggro on her, and after that we can just DPS. Melee DPS is not that big here. Just don't. I think that melees can just do the damage because without the gear they won't be doing that much damage. So they can just touch her a little bit. But everybody else, casters especially, needs to hold on their aggro until I tell them to do like 20 seconds, so that the tanks have their aggro even if they're slept, which they will be, I think, because as you see the sleeping is very big. No, actually, the Wyvern Sting is the AoE of the 15 players closest to her, and right now we are 11, even less because we don't have 2 people here. That's why everybody gets the Wyvern Sting. On Ciri, when we're doing the normal encounter, those should be only the melee slept, and everybody else should be good to go.
They can be dispelled though, can't they? So
No, if they're dispelled,
They get blown up.
Yep, they will blow up.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, sorry.
So no dispels. And basically that's it. So she does Noxious Poison on the tanks, which they need to rotate. Soakers need to soak the damage. Casters needs to wait with the aggro, like huge times, because you see the Wyvern's thing is for 7 seconds sleep, and if the tanks are slept for 7 seconds, then you, especially with the ignite proc, the ignite debuff and stuff like that, you can basically tore the aggro meter apart. So everybody will wait with the damage here. For the casters and the healers, they spread because she does Noxious Poison that silences. I don't know for what duration. I think it's again for 8 seconds. And this can also spread, so everybody will stay far apart. Okay, I'm just gonna slap her a little bit more. Oh, and by the way, if one of those 15 soakers die, as you see, it's not about how far you are. It's just about the fact that the 15 players closest to her. So you can be on the other side of the room. If you're closer to her than other people, you will still get the poison volley. I'm just gonna say that. Because a long time ago, somebody said, "Why don't you just outrange it?" No, you can't outrange it. Okay, I'm just gonna down her to less than 30% so that you can see how fast she sprays when she's below. When she berserks.
Not too fast, not too fast.
Okay. This is how she sprays while she's in berserk. Basically, every attack follows by a spray. So this is when every cooldown will be popped, and this is when we need to down her really fast. Okay, any questions about this boss?
Hector says the tanks must be dispelled. So yeah, maybe we should think about it more.
Hector, what do you mean tanks need to be dispelled? Which, I mean, you with the wyverns thing with sleep. Can you handle this? This is your healer. Can you handle this as a damage output to the tank? Okay. Dispel the tanks then. Okay, this here is a pretty interesting fact. So let me check my Anubisas defenders. There are total of 5, and 1 is patrolling. I noted that. So this guy is patrolling, and he's coming somewhere around here. So again, as the Anubisas in the beginning, those have again special abilities, but they're a little bit different from the ones beginning. So they can have the ability of to thunderclap. They can shadow storm, which is an AoE shadow bolt. They can reflect either fire arcane or shadow frost. They can spawn adds. One of the adds knockbacks and the other cleaves, and they spawn them constantly. It's not like they spawn them once we kill them and that's over. We need to they spawn it, we kill them, and they keep spawning. So those need to be dealt with. When they get to low HP, they can either enrage or explode. So either enrage or they explode like the Bat Riders in GG. When they do that, when they reach the stage where they're gonna explode, you can see it basically. Their hands will start glowing on fire and they start like convulsating, like strangely. So that's when people needs to get away. Okay, you see this warrior, they spawn. This is a spawner guy. So he spawns. But let's just and as you see, if you see this guy's buff, he has shadow and frost reflect to it. So he also shadow reflects and spawns adds. Okay, so let's quickly kill it. I just want to show you something and tell you after that. Okay, so this guy obviously, I think he was enraging because he didn't explode. Another thing, key ability they have is a meteor and a plague. So the meteor is pretty devastating because the meteor does a massive. Who's that running away? Looney, can you come back?
I have a question about the Shadow and Frost Reflect.
Yes.
When he got the buff of Shadow and Frost Reflect, the mages and the warlocks won't do any damage to him because it reflects back.
Warlocks do damage, by the way.
Well, that's actually what reflect means.
Yeah. Okay. To be sure.
If it's shadow and sorry,
if I cast a shadow bolt on him, the damage will be my damage.
Yeah, so it's fire arcane or shadow frost. So when it's shadow reflectant, you can use fire spells.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So the meteor thing. This meteor gets down on a random player from the raid, but it does a massive damage. But if everybody is stacked together, that damage actually spreads across everyone, and they don't take that much damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to have all the raid grouped in 2 groups. One is going to be melee group, and the rest is going to be caster group. So everybody will be stacked on each group, and we're going to wait. If it's a meteor, they will just randomly drop on the raid and not much fuss about it. But if it's plague, if they're gonna do a plague, one guy needs to get out because that plague does actually very big damage on that guy, and it actually spreads. Basically, we're gonna be constantly stacked on each other, like in the 2 groups I mentioned, melee group and caster group. And if somebody has a plague, they will run away of us, like let's say 15 yards away from us, like the Baron bomb, something like that, and they're gonna wait for the plague. If we get another defender at the same time, and we're gonna risk of him getting a meteor, or he can come back and healers can actually out heal it, but I don't recommend that. We should be waiting for each defender, taking him one by one. I also think that those guys respond. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not sure about that. So those are the skills which I mentioned. We're going to tackle them one by one. We're going to address their abilities. And when they're about to die, we're going to see if they're enraged. If they don't enrage, they're going to explode. So everybody will get the heck out of there. Another thing to note here is that we can't skip a single defender Nubisat Defender from here, because if we skip any of those and we go and tackle the Twin Emperors, those guys will run up to us and they will start fucking us up. So we have to kill all 5 of those here. Any other questions about those ads? Another thing you can do here is when we actually start them, detect magic instantly on them so that we can see which abilities they have. Let's get those guys one by one so that we can see their abilities real quick, how they function. Okay. Hey Hermes, okay, this guy is Frost Reflector, Shadow and Frost. Okay, you see the meteor that he slammed there? For that meteor, we all need to be stacked. Oh, again the meteor. It was cast on... Oh, again a meteor. So let's stack up everyone. Let's share the damage. Okay, this Anubisat Swarm Guard, I think those knock back. Those are the guys that knock back, and the other one are the ones who cleave. I'm not sure. So this is the meteor that I was telling you about. Looney, can you damage it a little bit so that we can see if it's gonna explode, but don't kill it. Be gentle. Okay, let me damage it just a little. I want... Okay, this guy enrages. You see he's red, he's not gonna explode. I want a guy who's gonna explode. Okay, let's take this guy here.
So much damage. Let me take him down.
That meteor is instant, right? It doesn't seem to have any cast animation.
What?
The meteor that he drops, there doesn't seem to be any warning, so we always have to be stacked.
Explode. You see this guy? You see how his hands glowing? He exploded.
And there's a big range on that one.
Yeah, so once you see this, once he gets low HP, we should all run. Oh, everybody. You killed the last one? Okay.
He'll turn when he does the meteor, but you do need to be stacked in beforehand. You won't have time to stack before it does it. But it does turn. If it's going to be on the ranged, you'll know.
About the meteor, you mean?
Yeah, someone asked if it has a cast time. It doesn't have a cast time, but it does an animation.
Yeah, Hermes, you missed that part, but we're once we tackle them, we're going to be already having a melee group and a caster group, so it doesn't matter where actually the meteor is going to hit. It doesn't matter because the damage will be spread out.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that you said that only one of them patrols, but I believe it's at least 4 of them that patrol. So when we get them, we probably want to be pulling them right back to the start and doing them individually at the start, because who knows what the aggro range is, and if somebody does, then fair enough. But I think it might be quite big, like the other stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I was meaning that the first one patrols to the corridor. That's where we're gonna stand there and wait for him. But you got a point. Maybe we should get them in the corridor. From Huhuran, basically that corridor I was meant. We can tackle them from there. And those guys actually, the defenders, the Nubisat defenders actually have lots of HP. I think like, I don't know, maybe 400k something. Should be a very big. They're like mini bosses, those guys. Okay, any other questions about Trash? Okay, we're moving on to Twin Emperors. So we already know that the Twin Emperors share the same HP pool. They both heal if they're too close to each other, and stuff like that. So the one of them, Veklinlash, is the melee guy, and Veclor is the caster guy. So I'm just gonna quickly go over their spells. So Veclor does Shadow Bolts. He does a AoE Blizzard, which is pretty significantly double the damage as every other Rain of Fire we already saw in Molten Core and Blackwing Lair. So once you see a Blizzard, you get easily the fuck out of it because it does double the damage and also slows. Veclor also does like explosion. If there is a melee close to him, he will do an arcane explosion which will knock you back and slow you. So no melees around Veclor. Veclor will also cause one of those bugs on the ground, those Kiraji scarabs, to explode. Like they will enrage for a second, and after that they will cast a frost nova beneath them. So you need to stay away from that. That's Veclor, the caster guy. As far as Vecna Lash, Vecna Lash does an unbalancing strike, which lowers the defense rating of the tank by 100 and increases the chance for him to get a critical strike. He also does an uppercut, which knockbacks on random melee. So when you tank Vecna Lash, I think the tank needs to be standing against the wall, but I'm not sure.
So you see those
I think we'll need
on the
two
left
tanks
and
on
the right
him.
side.
Wait. One by one, let me finish first. Vecna Lash, he enrages the bugs. He doesn't make them explode, but he enrages them and they start attacking, ranges, so melees. So once you see a bug enrages, every melee will transfer to the bug quickly, and after that go to Vecna Lash again. The bugs, there can be those Kiraji scarabs. They can enrage into bugs or scorpions. So the scorpions poison and the bugs pierce armor. So, what were your questions again? First was sources. Sources, what did you ask?
Where to tank them?
Yeah, that would be after. Hermes, what did you say?
Two questions. One, can we just kill all the scarabs first, or do they like respawn?
No, they respawn.
Okay, and second, so we basically need 3 tanks for this fight, right? Because
4.
Vecna Lash will need 4.
Yeah, 2 warlocks and 2 warriors.
Oh, yeah, because I thought about Vecna Lash because he'd probably need to switch when he does the insane debuff.
Yeah. No. This debuff stays on the tank, and you just need to out heal it. So let's per se. So we're gonna have 1 warlock and 1 warrior tank on the left side and on the right side. Healers and casters are going to be sitting somewhere near the middle. Sorry, healers will be spread out. They will be hitting both sides with caster DPSs like mages and other caster DPSs and hunters, for example. Actually, hunters attack. Who do attack hunters?
Melee.
Melee one.
Because it's not magical.
Yep.
Okay, hunters are on Vecna Lash then. That was an interesting thing. I haven't thought about it. Never mind. Okay, so
Arcane. You know me. Don't worry about it.
yeah, so mages and other casters will be basically at Veclor, standing here on the stairs.
No.
I think in classic there are also bugs on the stairs, but I'm not sure. So you're
They're
gonna
in the mid, by the way, because they have to run around and kill the scarabs and scorpions. They need to die instantly.
What?
They need to die. Those scarabs, they need to die instantly when they respawn. And it ranges in ranges.
Yeah, but if the casters are in the middle and they're near Veclor and Veclor enrages and Fire Nova's one of the scarabs, they won't have time to get away. So I think that melee should take care of the enraged spawn by Vecna Lash and just deal with it, while the casters are on the Veclor constantly.
The melee is your main DPS in this fight because the threat from now we have fire mages and the warlock tanking. So that fight needs to be. They can't go full in on that. So it should be the melee DPS that carries this fight.
Interesting to know.
Okay, yeah, that was interesting. Okay, point taken. So caster DPSers will be standing in the middle. You will damage Veclor, but you will first wait for the warlocks to take his aggro very big, and on the meantime you will be on the scarabs.
Yes.
The third tank, which will be Grassbeard, you'll be tanking the bugs that will be enraged by Vector Lash. You'll be tanking the bugs, while Mon and Kubain will be tanking Vector Lash. What was the other thing? Yeah, so the pull will start. Warlocks will pull Veclor from the left side, and basically Warlocks will come here on the stairs and basically keep Veclor where the water spawn somewhere is, or that bug what I'm gonna mark with Moon. Somewhere there we need to with Nick Veclor and Vecnilash. I'm still not sure if the tanks needs to be with his back against the wall. I'm not sure.
They should be facing away from the rest of the raid. So if you like at the torches, they should be facing the wall. If you have them at each torch.
Okay, so tanks will be here, and they will tank the boss.
You can see where my water elemental is and where I am. That should be the tanking spots.
Okay. I'm not sure when they teleport. I have
30 seconds.
what?
It's every 30 seconds or so.
Okay, so every 30 seconds, DPM should be able to call out the teleportations. 5 seconds before each teleport, melees will start running across the hole in the other direction.
Otherwise, they'll all get fucking blown up.
What?
Otherwise,
Then-
they'll all get blown up.
I just say it's gonna be more than 5 seconds, but so far it's like 10, 15 seconds to get from one side to another.
Yeah, but you're a gnome, you have small legs. Okay, so okay, let's say I don't want to have that much of a damage loss. 5 seconds is enough for them to get away from their king explosion. So from that point on, they can just go to Vecnash. The closest person, the closest player to both those emperors, once they teleport, will get an increased threat boost. So that should be either warlock or warrior on each side. And actually, I think that's about it. Let's discuss a little bit. Anyone has any questions? Anyone wants to say something? Come on, ask me questions.
To the fight. Kick their ass.
I didn't know that they were supposed to be tanked on the ground floor. I thought they were supposed to be tanked near the stairs. But that might
Because if you have everyone is in the middle, they won't have to run so far, and they will
okay.
range of everything. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. That makes sense. Just the video I watched, but presumably that seems like a better strat. So
Can you show what you watched?
it's the one that was shared amongst everyone recently. Not the really long ones, the one that does the whole of AQ in like 20 minutes. And it has like the little diagrams for each fight with little like different markers for each class.
Guys, have you noticed that the scarabs are only in one half of the room?
Because the other ones are no, they're everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that in classic they're also here near the stairs, so the stairs are not like a safe haven spot. I think they can still be bugs here, but I'm not that sure, to be honest. So yeah, that's the thing. I think from the warlock perspective, Sorceress, can you enlighten the Storgas, because you both are going to be tank? Can you share what you're supposed to be doing here?
Yes. So when he told me,
I know the strategy for tanking the.
you basically just fire all your instant cast, start Shadow Bolt, and Searing Pain, and just stay on top. And the caster should stay second. It should not be near the warlock, because if he takes, if he loses the aggro, he will kill everyone, and he will get in range to heal the other, or heal them both.
You just need to call out like pretty well as warlocks when to start moving.
Yeah.
That's the only thing really. Just call out when to start moving, and then the other You just make sure that it's picked up straight away because if you're in the right place, you'll pick it up straight away.
The Warlock should just be standing there because it takes so long to run to get in range for casting.
Yeah. As I said, on left side there will be a warrior tank and a warlock tank immediately, and on the right side there will be a warrior and a warlock. They will be constantly sitting there and just swapping one with bosses.
One thing I read is that when they swap, the one that the warlocks are supposed to tank should initially be picked up by a tank because they can pick it up faster because they don't have cast times, and then the warlock should
the
take
warlock
aggro
picks
off the
it up.
warrior.
Yeah, with a Searing Pain, straight up Searing Pain.
You mean at the start of at the pool, or
so as the second they've swapped over, the warrior will be able to pull aggro faster than the warlock will. So the warrior will literally pull aggro, and then as the warlock casts its first spell, he should then turn to the warlock.
And to the Warlocks, we are keeping our spell damage as high as possible. We are not just going full smash on the shadow resistance. So our shadow balls could do more threat than a Searing Pain should be doing.
Yeah, but Searing Pain is a quicker cast with higher initial threat, so it's only for the initial threat, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's just combining whatever fits.
I would suggest both of you warlocks go and get offhand with fire damage from AV and spam only Searing Pain at the beginning. And also, I'm not sure about this warrior strategy. I'm as I said,
It's only for the very start of the fight. It's in the video, the same video that I was talking about earlier.
Well, also I have a question because I couldn't answer myself. So they're gonna teleport, okay? They're gonna switch places. So we have Vecnlash on the right side and Veclor on the left side. The warrior is tanking Vecnlash. Once he teleport, what does the tank do? Who's on Vecnlash? He's gonna soak up the Arcane Explosion. And once they teleport, he will be the closest to Veclor.
I think you just need to, just tank and a warlock on each side, and they just stay there. And then the initial pull is pulled by the tank, and then it's instantly taken off by the warlock. The other side, the warlock can just do damage or just stop doing anything and wait for them to swap again.
Actually, I understood what you mean, and actually I answered my question. So, once Veclor and Vecnlash swap, so right now we're seeing Vecnlash is on the right side, Veclor is on the left side. So once they teleport, the tank who is on the right side, which is right now is Sorcerer, so I'm marking with blue. So he will eventually be there, and he will get the initial aggro, and he will soak up the Arcane Explosion because the boss will just spawn there, and he will be slowed. But because he's melee, he can't do nothing about the aggro. So that's when actually the Searing Pain and the Shadow Bolt will be flying already to him, and that's when he will grab the aggro. I'm just not familiar. What will that tank do with his back against the wall and the boss in front of him? How he's going to get away from there? Because if he's there, I'm pretty sure that he will cast Arcane Explosion on him. Usually, when they both swap, the tank from Sorcerer's position should come here to the stairs, and should move.
Why does the warlock tank have to stand with his back to the wall?
No. Warlock won't stand at the wall. Warlock will tank them here from the stairs.
Right. Okay.
It's just that the tank who is tanking Vecnlash would be staying here with his back against the wall, and once they teleport, what he's going to be doing? He should come back here to the stairs, I think.
Vecnlash, by the way, not immune to holy damage.
Yeah, that's what Retri Paladin said. We don't have that.
I mean, because DBM's calling it out, can't the warrior tank just start moving before?
Well,
no?
The idea is that the warrior tank basically predicts the positioning of the bosses, because Veclor can't move. He will be just standing there spamming shadow bolts at the warlock, so the warlock can't move him. So they will change places wherever the the tank basically positions Vecnilash. So that's why before they start moving, before they teleport, the warrior, the only thing that he can do, what I actually imagine in my head, is just rotate behind the boss, so that his back is not against the wall, and that's it. So that he just takes the arcane explosion and just flies away. That's the only thing I can think of, because if he moves before they teleport, he just starts moving. Vecnilash will move, and Veclor will teleport to Vecnilash's position when he moved.
Ah, right, okay.
Okay, I have some input as well.
Yes.
What's very important is we, as Warlock tanks, stacked shadow resistance gear. So we do less damage than we normal do. So the casters, like mages and stuff, needs to watch the threat meter, and we have to find the balance in it. So you know what I mean? If the healers can easily heal us, we can switch from shadow gear to a normal damage gear again. So I think we need a couple of tries to see if the healers can keep us up easily.
Yeah, the thing about it is, with the health, we get more health by having our gear on. And the Arcane Explosion, if we get hit by that, that's 4k, and then the Shadow Board comes at 4k. So in the beginning, just let's feel it out, and don't use too much shadow resistance gear.
No way. Why should you be hit by the arcane explosion?
When he teleports.
Yeah.
Because I'm near, it has a. Let me see the range.
You won't be near. You are going to be on the stairs.
Just a quick one, by the way. I've sent the video that I was just talking about to General, and it's actually timestamped, so you can go straight to the two princes. And actually, the positioning that you guys have been talking about is actually slightly different than on this video. On the video, the two bosses are tanked much closer to the stairs that you guys are near. So just look at the positioning in the video, skip to it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because I don't have a character with you. I can't walk around and show you what I mean.
Yeah, I've seen this video.
Just skip to the bit and then it's got diagram.
I think.
Yeah, you mean he just tanked, right? Like instead of the torch, he's just tanked like here.
Yeah, I think so.
No, why closer to that stairs?
No, closer to the stairs that you're stood next to.
Oh, the other one, yeah.
The other stairs, yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you look at the video now, look, and he'll explain the warrior handover as well.
Unbalancing strike, which will inflict high damage and increase the tank's chance to be crit.
It's a good
It has
video
a
that
knockback
it's
will
been
target
spreading
a random
around
number in melee
a lot of
range, so face
Discords,
him near a wall. And lastly,
it's really good.
Vecnilash
It's
will
very
mutate
solid. I
bugs
love the
around
little
the room
diagrams
and
as
make them
well,
big.
just to
These
show
need
you
to be
for
grabbed
placement
with
and
an
stuff like
off-tank
that.
and focused down, or there will surely be blood on the dance floor. Also, Vecnilash cannot be damaged by magical spells, so casters, you will be attacking his brother, Veclor. Veclor will explode the bugs around the room that do AoE damage. He also can each side of the room, and they need to use shadow resistance potions, shadow resistance gear, and talents, and be spam casting
So you
Searing
see the
Pain
warlocks down on the
Veclor,
stairs.
and they need to not stop till they get
Yeah,
enough
okay.
growth.
So you,
Also-
I get that.
Well, to be fair, it's little bit the same as what they're just little bit standing closer to the stairs, but overall,
It is the same, yeah.
It's
yeah,
the same strat. It's just slightly different positioning, and there may have been something we could have sat and found when watching it now. So I
yeah.
thought it was
So
relevant.
my idea is you look at Diamond. So one warlock will be standing here, and I will. We have a warlock. Shami is a warlock. He will demonstrate you once we pull those two. So warlocks will be standing here. So once you drag the initial pull is key here, because once you position them from the beginning, that's how they should be sticking, and they should be not moving the boss. So for example, I'll be a warlock. Just imagine. I have never been a warlock, but just imagine it. You come here. Shadow Burn, Curse of Agony, Corruption, and you start dragging the boss. You know, you will start dragging him, come to close to the wall so that he comes close to the wall. Once you come here, you just jump on the stairs and you start shooting the boss from here. And the boss should be standing on the Moon Kiraji Scorpion, somewhere around there. You can also, if you want, move a little bit backwards. He should follow a little bit. And the other tank positioning should be okay. So while the Warlock is from somewhere here shooting at the boss, exactly here where I'm standing should be the warrior tank waiting for them to swap. Once they swap, you can even intercept the boss if you want. On the other side, the tank will be tanking Vecnilash. Okay, let's say closer to the stairs, somewhere around here. So the tank is tanking here while Vecnilash is standing here, right? Like this. And the Warlock is going to be still standing here without moving, you know? So the main tank from here, once every melee starts going on the other side towards the blinking teleportation stuff, the tank from here, he can just move through the boss here and just wait for them to teleport. Once they teleport, he will get the heck out of there, maybe evading the Arcane Explosion, maybe, or not, just soaking it and just getting away. While all the other caster DPS, like mages and everything else, they can stand here. So that they can adjust the bugs if any bugs needs killing, and still damage Veclor a little bit, once they see that they have a green light on the aggro meter. And that's it. After, for example, when Veclor teleports here on the right side, one Shadow Burn and one Searing Pain should draw the aggro away from the warrior tank. The warrior tank shouldn't at any cost contain any aggro, because he can do nothing about the boss. He can even touch the boss. And that's it. And once they start teleporting at the last, like, let's say 2 seconds before they teleport, the boss from here can start moving so that once the teleport hits, he will be closest. Actually, there won't be anyone here. So even if he's just, even if Warlock is here and the tank is here, he should be the closest target to the boss. So once he teleports, he just move in, get his back against the wall, and just repeat and rinse and repeat. Okay? I think that's it.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, Hector is a warrior, Shami is a warlock. Let's see, both of you, what you understood, and go and pull the boss. By the way, the pull needs to be simultaneously between you, so Hector, wait for Shami, please. Shami, where are you? Ah, Shami is offline. Okay, sorcerers, give it a go. You're a mage. Go and pull Veclor. So basically, the pull needs to be simultaneously. Where is Hector? Okay, Hector, you're there. Sorcerers, go. Don't go. No. Sorcerers, you're gonna pull the boss from here. Left, more left, more left. Behind the stairs, even. Yeah, somewhere from there. Okay, sorcerers, do a countdown for Hector.
2, 1.
Why are you getting so close, man? Hit him with the spell.
Yeah.
Okay, sorcerers, go hug the wall. Hug the wall. Here, so that you can bring him to the wall. Okay, more. And from this point on, climb here to the stairs. You just evade the blizzard, and that's it. Try to move a little bit backwards. Okay, not that much. You ran out of sight him. You went behind the pillar. Okay, try to reposition him again.
It are changing.
Ah, they changed. I didn't see. Okay, sorry.
They are teleporting.
Yeah, okay, well, let's just wait like this. Veclor is throwing shadow balls at Hector? Actually, I didn't thought that he can. Wait. Why are they teleporting that fast, man? That's not 30 seconds, is it?
It may be because of the it may be because it's sped up by the damage.
Could actually be a thing.
Yeah. You guys are fucking them up really quickly, so it's maybe speeding up the teleports. I don't know. That's just spitballing.
Okay, I'm gonna do a stopwatch, and I'm just gonna, after they teleport, I'm just gonna do a quick
Teleport?
That star is not a very safe location for the range. They'll probably be standing on top here because that star is close to the scarab, so you'll have less time to react.
Which scarab?
Oh
do you
wait,
mean?
they spawn up here too? Shit.
Yeah, like I said, like they're
Uh,
okay. They're in position. Okay, let me check. Just leave him like this. Did they teleport already? Oh shit! No, I did. They haven't. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for them to teleport, and I'm gonna put the clock on to see just the time. Is it dependent on the HP you took, or is it just a fixed
I
timer?
just killed him down, so it's not dependent on the HP.
Don't you have a DBM installed? Because you should get a warning.
I don't
Yeah,
have.
but
on,
I don't have.
I don't have on retail. So far they're not teleporting, man.
I think in Classic you will get a DBM message when they switch.
Yeah, I just want to see if it's like time dependent on or HP dependent. Is it like, for example, the first boss every 25% of HP or 25 seconds? Every 30 seconds?
Yeah, it's every 30 seconds.
Okay, so it's 30 seconds. Okay, you can kill them now. I think everybody understood. They saw what they did. And I will again say that the melee Emperor, which is Vecnilash, he mutates the bugs and they need to be killed while Veclor just enrages them and they cast a Fire Nova beneath them.
Veclor's bug is the worst one. It has a 4k fire damage, like a sapper in the raid.
Yep. Okay, congratulations, we killed Twin Emperors. Let's move on. So this is one of the nastiest thing because after the first boss, if we kill the first boss, we should be able to kill it pretty easily. The second, the third. After that, to Princess Ukra, maybe a little bit of a wall to hit. After her, we're gonna little bit start, those Obsidian. Sorry, what was it called? Anubis Defenders may took us a while. After that, Twin Emperors is okay, but after Twin Emperors, that's a huge milestone to Cthulhu. So there's a lot of trash here.
Now the fun starts. These trash packs.
Yeah. So yeah, my notes actually after these packs begin to tend to be very big. So we have the Kiraji Champion packs. On this tunnel here, we have 5 packs. Consists of 5 ads each. So those packs consist of Kiraji Champions, Kiraji Mind Slayers, and Kiraji Slayers. So the champions, you can review them as the captains from Blackwing Lair. Tanks need to be taken up in their last priority and just tank them away from everyone else. I will explain to you what they do after everybody else. So the highest priority of those 3 that I just said, Kiraji Champion, Kiraji Slayer, and Kiraji Mind Slayer. So the highest priority is the Kiraji Mind Slayer. They look like a miniaturized version of the first boss, I think, if I'm not lying to myself. So the Mind Slayers, they cause insanity, which is a mind control. Mind controls players needs to be CC'd immediately. They mana burn when they die and cast fear when they die. Also, they cast Mind Flay channel channeling spell that can be interrupted, and Mind Blast. So they cast a Mind Blast, which is a normal Mind Blast. By the way, why are you guys there? You should be coming here to start, because I want to explain something from here. So they cast Mind Blast. They cast Mind Flare, which slows, channels, shadow damage and stuff like that. You need to interrupt this. Also, the mind control players, which mind control needs to be CC'd as the first boss we talked about. And when they die, just everybody gets away with them, like the Garads. Because once they die, they mana burn, they deal a lot of damage, and they fear at the same time. So we're gonna
Sound like a real treat.
yeah, this is the mind slayers. So the Kiraji slayers, those are like Princess Sartura. That's actually
Hey.
not a princess, sorry, Battle Guard Sartura. They're like miniaturized version like her. They cleave, they're whirlwind, they frenzy, which needs tranquilizing. Every hunter needs to trank them. They have a battle shot mechanic. They have a knockback mechanic, and they also silence in AoE around them, so stay away from casters. And finally, we have the Kiraji champion, which is the lowest priority. They need to be killed last. They cleave. They have intimidating shot, so the tanks need to have fear ward in them. They knock back. They have a frenzy, which can be dispelled by priests. It's a vengeance mechanic, so it's not enrage. It's a frenzy, which is different. That's why it can be dispelled by priests and not tranked by hunters. So because hunters are going to be tranking the slayers. So in these packs, you always have a Kiraji champion as one pack, and the rest 4 are basically random. You can all have 4 slayers. You can all have 4 mind slayers. So the first pack, and basically the first maybe 2 packs for save, we're gonna have them hunter pulling them here to us in Emperor's Room, and we're going to be basically spreading them up. So the Kiraji champion will be tanked here, far away with the tank somewhere here, and just leave them there. Just put fear ward on the tank, or the tank uses Death Wish, Berserker, whatever. The rest of the ads, we're gonna spread them across here. And we're gonna start off killing the Skull Mind Slayer, kill it fast, and once it drops low, melees will get away from there, and basically move from Mind Slayer to Mind Slayer, after that to a normal Slayer, and after that to the champion. Also, like I said, so Mind Slayers need to be interrupted, CC the Mind Control people, get away when they die. The Slayers just melees when you damage them stay on their back, not in front, because they cleave. They whirlwind, so that when they whirlwind, you can take a step back from them. Hunters need to trank slayers, and they also knock back. That's why the tanks need to tank them with their backs against the wall. Any questions?
No, they're just a bit finicky, so we just have to be careful with that. I think.
Yeah, basically this pack needs to have a designated tank to each mob, and each mob need to have a personal space where it needs to be tanked, and it needs to be dealt with damage and brute force. So the first 2 packs, I'm just gonna get them here, but I actually don't have a range attack. So the first patrol, basically we're gonna have a hunter here.
Throw a dagger.
I don't know how to throw a dagger, man. This rogue is like a stupid. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have a hunter pulling them here. Instantly, some tanks will pull them up. As you see, those 3 slayers started whirlwinding here. They frenzy. Okay, I think you get the point. We're just gonna get one, go in the room. After that, get the second pack. After that, we're gonna slowly move in front and just get them in there here in the room in the corridor. So in this corridor, there are 5 packs of 5. And those packs, which we just yeah, they silence around them. Okay, so those pack here in this corridor are 5, and after this corridor, there is another corridor where there are also 3 of those packs combined with Anubisat Warden packs of 3. I will just reach to them. Let's just come here and help me kill them just real quick to get away from those. So the strategy is there. We have to tank them each other and just deal with their mechanic. But how we're just exactly going to do that depends on how they move. And how we move across this room as well. Okay, so you see we have 2 Mind Slayers here, 2 Slayers and 1 Champion. What are we going to do first? What are we going to kill first?
Slayer. Mind Slayer.
Yes, the 2 Mind Slayers. People, are you listening? Come on, move.
Yeah, listen.
So we kill the two Mind Slayers, after that 2 Slayers, and after that the Champion.
Question, Geralt. Where
Yes.
have you seen all these tactics?
From some clips, from reading on the
Yeah.
internet.
Can you link those clips later on?
Yep.
Thank you.
But actually, I can link you one, but they're not just that much explanatory. I linked the file, by the way, where I compose with all the information that I'm just right now telling you. I already shared it, but I will also share you the AQ run through with it. Okay, so we reached the Warden packs. So here you see we have an Ubisoft Warden pack of 3, and there are a total of 4. So we have those 2. One you see at the end of the corridor, and one on the right side of the corridor, on top of the right side, on the far right. Those are the 4 Warden packs, and those Kiraji Champion packs here, there are 3 more. This one, there's one another on the left side here, and one on the patrolling on. Yeah, you see they're patrolling there. So we can take the Champion pack here. We kill it fast. Not much to be said. We already said. Okay, you see, by the way, this Champion pack has 4 Mind Slayers, so that's gonna be a bummer.
Do they always have the same amount, or is it just
I think it's
lottery?
RNG.
Yeah, it's RNG. Like I said, they always have 1 Champion, but the rest 4 can be all Slayers, can be all Mind Slayers, can be whatever combination you want. Okay, so we reached the Warden's pack. So the Warden's pack, we're gonna leave the Warden for last, and we're gonna pick up the Nullifiers. So as you see, the Nullifiers look like the first trash mobs, which were the Eradicators. They are a little bit the same, but they are not, because the Eradicators from the first 3 Eradicators from the beginning of the instance, once they die, they explode and they do massive damage. Those guys don't explode once their mana reaches full. They stun the whole raid once they reach the full. So we're gonna take Wardens and Nullifiers and first kill the Nullifiers, and I will just start with the Nullifiers. So the Nullifiers cleave, they drain mana from mana users within line of sight, and they will start filling their mana bars. When they go full mana, they will actually, when they reach the full mana, they will immediately remove all buffs from nearby players and reduce their HP to 1. And I think they stun. I'm not so sure.
That's just death.
Yeah, so those Obsidian Nullifiers needs to be killed fast so that they don't reach their mana too high. Also, they can be mana drained themselves so that their mana doesn't reach that much full, but that's just another thing. So
they can also be mana burned.
Yep.
Yeah, but the Warden. So Wardens, the Wardens does a Fire Nova, which is like a supercharger, let's say, Fire Nova, which doesn't do that much damage, but combined with the Nullifier effect when they reach to max mana, that's when your whole raid is wiped, basically. So the Wardens does a Fire Nova, like I said. They also have, again, spells and abilities which are random. So they can either have Entangling Roots, which entangles every random targets around them. They also fear around the Wardens. they can do a Dusk Cloud and Silence. Also, the Cloud reduce. Sorry, they can do Dusk Cloud and or either Silence. The Dusk Cloud reduces their chance to hit by 85%. So, what they need to do is once the grab takes the warden and everybody else is occupied with the nullifier, the tanks need to spam everything what they can get to build up a lots of aggro when they have the cloud ability, which reduces their hit because they won't be able to hit it. The silence's range isn't that far isn't that far, so casters needs to stay at the distance of the warden.
Yeah, but the 60 yards AoE silence, by the way.
Can't outrange that then.
It's not about outranging it. It's just the just let me just read what I wrote real quick. So I'm just gonna read it what I wrote, and after that I'll explain. When put, the tank should immediately pick up warden and figure out what two abilities the Nubisat has. So they will have two abilities. Meanwhile, the entire raid should be killing nullifiers and draining their mana if necessary. Range should always stay max range from wardens to avoid silence. It's better if you keep the warden's line of sight of the nullifiers. Warden's hands are glowing whenever a speed is coming. Spell, sorry, not speed. Spell is coming, so tank correctly melee can line out spells. So here on those two packs, what we're going to do is we're going to pull it, and the tank will tank the warden here. Gubain, you can come and see where I'm standing right now. So you're gonna get the warden here, and you're gonna rotate here so that our healers can see you, but the warden is line out of sight. While all the other guys will be here killing the nullifiers. As I said, the nullifiers have cleave, so the tanks can just grab one to this side with the backs against the wall so that the melee DPSs can heal it from the bottom here. So we kill the nullifiers both sides, and after that we come to here to the warden. So Gubain is just gonna tank the warden here while we slap the warden, and when you see his hands glowing, everyone can come here and LOS his spells and just continue doing his damage. And that's it for this pack. On the left side, you can see it's the same. There's again a little bit of a cubby here where they can be tanked. I'm just right now thinking, Gubain, how you should be standing so that you can be healed, and also the DPSs can also hit the wardens.
If he can like trick the mob to the wall, he could turn around and be on this side, so the mob would be at the wall instead. You can like tank, kind of kite him along the wall to make sure he's like at the very edge. It would take some practice.
Or the other thing, what you can do is you can actually tank it here. The mobs. Yeah, Anubisas don't cleave. So you can just stay here. Because I think if you are here, we might aggro the other pack. So it would be best if you tank actually the warden here. We kill the nullifiers downstairs. And after that, Melis can LOS his spells here. And come back. I'm just actually not understanding how casters will line out of sight nullifiers. Maybe they will stand somewhere around here on the slope. And when he casts the drain mana, they will LOS. We're gonna have to play with it once we come here, actually. I'm not sure how we could handle this. Anyone has any suggestions? For the wardens, there are cubbies where we can LOS them, but for the nullifiers on the casters, I'm not sure how we're gonna handle this. Somebody was gonna say something?
Yeah, just give me a tick. Hang on.
Why do the casters have to LOS the nullifiers?
Because the nullifiers will basically gain their mana through the mana users' mana.
But so are we saying that that's going to happen before we can kill them? Because the normal way is to just nuke the nullifiers down one at a time, isn't there? So you can get one nullifier in LOS somewhere, maybe around the corner, I don't know, and then the other one needs to be in the open at least, so that we can just nuke it down. Casters need to nuke them down as well as melee.
Yeah, you actually have a point. You just nuking down before the mana reaches full.
Yeah,
Do we have the DPS to do that?
Yes, of
we,
course.
we have to have. If we don't, we're in big trouble.
Yeah, Matt has a point. We have to come on. This is trash pack, and even
Trash.
and right now I see this trash pack. I know it's class. You know it's retail. It's not classic, but it still has 52k mana. So in reality, it should have like around maybe I don't know, maybe 80k or 100k mana. Should be going really slow, I think.
Aren't
But
they just the same as the one at the start of the instance? So
yeah, but the start of the instance, they if the mana reaches full, they explode and wipe. Those don't explode, but can do a heavy damage. Yeah, let's just not fuss about it. It's just this. So we're not gonna
Okay,
LOS
okay.
nullifiers, but we're gonna LOS the wardens. Because imagine if they start silencing and putting the clouds in the raid, and everybody misses and everybody has silence and stuff like that. Everybody's gonna die. So wardens are going to be LOSed. Everything else will be killed, and that's it. I don't think that those have that much HP. To be fair, the wardens I right now see that have 118k HP in retail, which means that in classic they should be having around 350k HP, something like that. So the wardens are gonna die slowly, but the nullifiers have half the HP, so should be good. I'm more worried about the champions packs because they're nasty. Okay, let's clear those and let's go through Uro and Katun because Katun is gonna be big one.
something that I forgot to mention all the way back at the first boss, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you've got a big bad ability that you don't want to use on the raid, like maybe the Warrior Fear, you want to be using that on pull so that when you get MC'd, you don't cause mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to keep those on cooldown.
So I think that includes Warrior Fear and Priest Fear, and I can't think of something else that might be bad.
The Warlock Howl, I think that's also on cooldown.
Castable, that one.
It's first of all, it's castable. Second of all, it's not that big of a cooldown. So even if they use it before that, it might still have a cooldown once they get mind controlled. So okay, everybody, come here. Let's see Uro. So Uro is an ancient worm created by Cthulhu, who is very flexible boy. As I read the lore a little bit, I got hooked up with the thing. Yeah, so Uro, you can basically review it as like a soft and at the same time hard version of Ragnaros. So he emerges, he submerges, and he stays in his place and doesn't move. So that's the thing. Tanks, once we aggro him, he also has big aggro radius. But I think from here, as the clip I watched, from here we don't aggro them. But once we enter, tanks will have 10 seconds to get him in, like not in position, but to get his aggro. So a melee player needs to always be near him, because if nobody's near him for 3 seconds, he submerges, and we don't want him to submerge. Greater nature protection potions here are advised. He does a shit ton of damage when he hits. Like on my mage, everything here was hitting me for like 5 to 10 damage, and everything was resisted. This guy was hitting me for 90, which is a big deal. Just saying. So I think that warrior tanks should use mitigation gear, because he hits really hard. If your melee is not too close to him, if a melee player is not too close to him, he will start one-shotting ranged players as well. His abilities is he does a frontal cone ability which affects 180 degrees in front of him, which is called the Sandblast, which does from 3.5 to 4.5k damage towards the highest DPS on threat. So that player needs to separate themselves away from the raid, and it can also be outranged, which is considered to be 45 yards. He also does sweep, which is from 1000 to 2.5k damage, and knockbacks. This is most frequently done to tanks. It is an AoE most frequent. We will send the main tank flying. That will result in an aggro loss. So an off tank has to immediately grab a hold of him. If you don't get it down below 20% in a minute and a half, exactly right, Ragnos, basically. Not exactly, but yeah. But the timer is still random. So after a minute and 20 seconds, let's per se, it will be a little bit of a random when he's going to submerge. When he submerges, earthquakes will start chasing random players and deal nature damage. That's where you need the nature protection potion for. So once he submerges, everybody needs to split away and basically split up, because those earthquakes, I think it's AoE beneath players. So it's just everybody spread up to the walls of the room, and after like a short period of time, let's say 5 seconds, everybody needs to stack up at the middle, because once he emerged from the ground, this is the position where he will be in. He won't be moving from there. You can't manipulate where he is going to be. Only if he submerges, everybody needs to be stacked in one position, so that when he emerges, he's there. Also, when he submerges, he will spawn scarabs who will despawn in 45 seconds. So those scarabs are not needed to be killed. They also can be CC'd. So AoE Fear, Frost Nova, whatever. You may not kill them. You may or may not. Doesn't matter. But they will disappear in 45 seconds. Yeah, once he appears, there needs to be a tank on him immediately. So let's talk about a little bit of the Sandblast. So that was like a little bit of a. I didn't get that ability too much, because at some point they say that this occurs to the highest player on threat, which usually should be the tank, but they say that actually it affects the casters, the highest aggro meter of the caster. So what this looks like is that, for example, Uro is right now there where his puddle of rocks is, right? Everybody's here, the melees are there on his left side, little bit to his back side, while the warrior tank is facing him on the other side. Everybody's here. So let's say Matteo gets a ignite proc, and usually the mage with the ignite proc who has the highest threat, who's not the tank. So once he's on highest on threat next to the tanks, actually, sorry, that makes sense because Uro can't move the same as Ragnaros. So casters won't be needing to worry about their threat because he can't go there and hit them. So you can easily surpass the tanks in threat. So let's say Matteo gets an Ignite proc, and he's gonna get the Sandblast. So he's gonna move somewhere far away from everybody else. Comes here. And what Sandblast will do, basically, Uro will target him. He will do his like a swing at him, and you appear as you are banished. Not banished, but sorry, in a hurricane state. You know, where in retail the druids have the thing where they banish you and you're stuck in the whirlwind stun for like 8 seconds. You will be like this. You will be stunned and there will be damage dealt to you. After this is done to you by the Sandblast, your aggro will be dropped. So you will go back here. And by the way, for example, if a mage has Ignite proc here, they will be on the threat again after the reset, but that doesn't matter. About the tanks, you need to worry about the swipe, where they basically swipe AoE in front of him and they basically throw you away. That's when an off tank needs to go there and grab it. But if you're a main tank and you go there, for example, you get swiped, you get a ton of damage to you, and you instantly intercept, you might die because of his damage. It's just the thing that they said on the video that I watched. I'm not sure if that's like it should supposed to be, but just keep in mind that may happen. You can also intercept if you have enough HP to deal with tankings. So that's about Uro. Anybody has any questions? Come on, give me questions.
How are you feeling today?
Excited. But
No,
that
it all seems
I
quite
think
clear.
that explained pretty good.
okay. Gubain, go and tank. Everybody, come here. Let's go to some positionings. Okay, so he emerges, and by the way, when he emerges, he does a knockback to everyone. So Gubain, you're gonna tank him here. Yeah, when you lose. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to submerge here. Looney took the aggro. Okay, so like you see, let's spread out the. Let's spread out a little bit. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the middle. Run to the middle. Run to the middle. Sources, I'm not seeing you in the middle.
Right.
Okay, and he should emerge soon. Yes. Kill the scarabs. Real quick. And by the way, there needs to be a tank here. Where are you, Gubain? Okay, you're here. So Gubain, you're gonna actually. Okay, I'm tanking. Get the aggro from me, or you're gonna one shot him. Okay, never mind. Let's explain it. I'm gonna be the main tank. Okay, Sandblast on me, and I drop the aggro. This is like what Sandblast looks like. And because nobody's slapping him, he goes burying himself again. This is what we're gonna try to avoid, by the way, when we try to kill him.
Does he stun every melee he knocks back?
He stuns everyone who gets hit by Sandblast. And as I said, Sandblast is on the highest player on threat.
So one tank should be standing behind him then.
Let's go to his body and I'll explain. Okay, let's imagine I'm Gubain and he's facing me right now, right? So I'm Gubain here and I'm tanking him. Melee DPSs with off tanks will be standing here, somewhere where they can LOS the sweep. And everybody else will be far away from this position, let's say. So here are melee DPSs. Gubain will be tanked here. Once he gets swiped, a tank will instantly taunt him. I'm not sure, by the way, if he's tauntable. I'm not sure. He shouldn't be. So he taunts him and he comes to tank. while the mage and the caster who is highest on the threat will come here where there's nobody here. No healers, no melee DPS, no nothing. He will stand here as far as he can possibly damage him and wait for the Sandblast to hit him. After that, he may return to the caster group. I just can't understand, like, if Mateo, for example, again gets an ignite proc and he's highest on the threat, is Uro going to just face him and just submerge because the tank lost the aggro, or he's just gonna receive the Sandblast? I just don't understand this.
I think that's just I don't know either, and I've just been reading up about it, and I can't. Has anyone got any more information about that? Because I can't work it out either.
What's the question?
Do you know Uro?
Yeah.
So, do you know, like, tank is tanking him, you have the melee DPSs, and you have a mage who is surpassing the tank by the aggro, but the boss doesn't move. He's like Ragnaros. Does that threat, does Uro just turns to that caster with the highest threat on him and submerges because he can't hit him, or he's just gonna use his Sandblast ability on him?
I don't know about that.
Okay, we should just find out when we reach this boss.
Probably he would use the Sandblast because you can technically dodge the underground attack, but the Sandblast is more direct, so they wouldn't leave that loophole. I'm looking at it from a game design perspective. I don't know what they actually did.
No, I'm just saying because, for example, Ragnaros, you don't care as a caster if you're higher than a tank. Just the melee has to watch it out. This is the same. But right now, I got Uro to 50%, and he turned to Looney for some reason, and he submerged. But I'm not sure if I was
I
actually.
think we just need to just get a clear answer on that.
So
and share it.
as I'm reading it now, so the more you're spread out, it will minimize the Sandblast damage.
So presumably then he sandblasts.
Yeah. But if the raid is spread out more, it should minimize the Sandblast damage.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense because if you want to spread the damage of the Sandblast, which is not that high at the first place, everybody will get stunned by it because it does a frontal cone of effect in a 180 degrees in front of him. That's why I said, like, Gubane is standing here, melees are standing here, and the casters are standing here, while the
So it is spread out around the boss to avoid having Sandblast hitting multiple healers also, and try not to be behind any of the tanks to avoid it.
Basically,
wait, are you referring to the sweep or the Sandblast?
The Sand.
Wait, if he does the Sandblast in a 180 degree cone, shouldn't we instead stand like really close to him, all behind him, and when he prepares to do a Sandblast behind him, we could just go around, like on the final raid boss in Legion. Do you remember the cosmic god guy? I don't remember his name.
Targarus.
No. Atro something.
Oh, fuck knows.
When you're fighting like with the Titans, he basically did a cleave, and you had to all stay on one spot and like gradually move clockwise. This could be something like that too. If he does the Sandblast in a 180 degree thing.
Do you mean Fallen Avatar?
I think so, yeah. Like the final one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
If he does a 180, the further we are away from him, it would take longer for us to run out of that cone. If we're close to him, it's a shorter distance.
Well, you can. It says that you can outrange it, but I don't know.
If you're close to it, you can just turn to one side, and it will be easier to avoid the cone because you know how a cone is, right?
Yeah, that's what I was proposing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he does any like melee damage to the casters or healers or stuff. Could be worth just ganging up behind him, you know.
So the sweep does 2k damage and knock back players in melee range. So yeah, that will be something there.
Yeah, so then the melee range is out of the question.
Okay, I'm just gonna read something that I'm reading right now. I haven't read it, but let's see if that will help. User 2 Tickets tanks Uro. They rotate as Uro sweeps the engaged tank away. The waiting tank must be on the ball and ready to intercept when his partner is ejected. We intercept from the direction of the main tank healer group and then rotate around 120 degrees to change Uro's facing. This is to stop Uro from sandblasting the engaged tank and reserved tank at the same time. If you get bad timing and a sandblast right after a sweep, it will at very least get the reserve tank killed as he intercepts in the very best cause Uro to submerge because no one is tanking him. Uro will submerge if not engaged in about 3 seconds.
That's what just happened then.
I have
Looney.
no idea what I read. I watched that it hits the casters at highest threat. But right now it says that the tank gets a sandblast. I'm not following. Actually, I should do more research on this boss. I did it already. I thought I figured it out, but
There's no problem. Let's just like put a pin in this.
He's also optional. That's just
yeah, I know he's optional, but
Just because it's getting on a bit.
Optional.
Let's put a pin in the questions we've got on this one until we've got a chance to do more research, and we can like let everyone know that when we've got that information. And let's move on to Cthulhu, I reckon.
okay, let's go to Cthulhu. While we're getting there, I was thinking about the planning. So I was thinking what we should strive to do on the first day in AQ is to go there and try to reach the Twin Emperors without any optional bosses. And on the second day we go, I was suggesting that we start clearing the optional bosses and go to Cthulhu. Or, for example, what we can do is we can kill the bug trio with all the bosses to Twin Emperors. And after that, when we come back, we can kill Viscidus, try to kill Uro, and go Cthulhu. Something like that I was thinking.
Yeah.
Or the other thing we can do is we can just get in and kill every boss from Bug Trio to Viscidus and Twin Emperors and Uro, and whatever is left to do it after that. Or we can go through all the main bosses and try to kill Cthulhu, and the next day go to optional bosses. I'm not sure.
We can again, we can work that exactly what kind of priority we want to get. In a way, it might be worth just prioritizing the bosses that are going to drop the best loot for tanks and healers, or just main tanks mainly, because that way that'll sure us up for the next time we come back if we get a couple of good drops for them.
Okay, now stop here. Stop.
I was not driving.
Okay, is everybody here? Oh my god, the group thickened a lot, man. Okay, Cthulhu. Oh my god, just to mention, like all my notes of each boss is like 2 paragraphs. On Cthulhu, I wrote 3 pages. Just to mention that.
Oh, fucking hell.
So
somebody give this guy a medal.
Yeah, so strap yourselves. So we're gonna begin with Kasun. I'm just gonna quickly go over his abilities, and after that we're gonna continue with the strategies. Phase 1. We have I-beam, which we're gonna be dealing with once we enter the room. So I-beam does 260 to 340 nature damage to the first player. Chain to other players if too close, 10 yards away from each other. Players must stay spread out. It ticks 3 times on the targeted player before switching to another one if it's about to switch, and increases damage on each other target it jumps, like stated. For
So
example,
if it's chains, it just fucks you basically.
For example, I go in, it does a normal 2.5 to 3.5 nature damage. If it chains to another one, it will make double damage to both of us. If it chains to a third person, it will chain the 3 times the damage. If you chain 4 times, 4 times the damage. So if 3 people are hit at the same time, one shots them. It can chain endlessly. That's why people need to stay spread 10 yards away. And that's why one of the hardest parts of this encounter is the pool. And that's why I'm standing right here and you're standing there. So you're risking of wiping us. The second ability in phase 1 is called the Dark Glare, and that's actually the most dangerous one. So instant death to any players affected. The eye rotates clockwise or counterclockwise. Players will rotate their position, yada yada. I will explain that in a second. So another thing, they will be spawned eye tentacles. That's like a claw from the ground. Sorry. That's the other one. Eye tentacle. It spawns a ring of tentacles around him. So if you peek in the room, you will see that there's a dark pool around the eye. So at the edges of that dark pool, there will be spawned, I don't know, maybe about 6 or 7 eye beams spread around the eye. So those eye tentacles, in phase 1, they spawn 45 seconds timer. So they spawn for 45 seconds. Every 45 seconds, we need to kill them, and after 45 seconds, they will spawn again. In phase 2, the timer is 30 seconds. They mind flay random people, which can be interrupted and silenced. This is all they do. And the mind flay slows as well. The other thing is the claw tentacle. That is the claw that goes from the ground. They spawn at the same time with the eye tentacles. They spawn randomly beneath random player, which sends him in the air, which has a knockback and an eruption effect to it. So, the knockback is a knockback, and the eruption does the damage, and if you fall down, you get the falling damage from it. The rupture damage when it comes out does 13,000 to 6,000 damage. Sorry, 1,600 damage and 1,300 damage. And knockbacks. If no melee is in their melee range, they're submerged and reappear somewhere else with the same HP pool. This is phase 1, and I will explain the tactics for phase 1. So the pool, there are several things we can do about the pool, because like if you watch me right now, what I'm doing, if you're grouped up here, if I do this, everybody's dead. Literally everybody's dead if I do this. So everybody will be coming here, and if you want to go on the other side, you will simply do this. Like hug the wall here as much as you can, just rotate here and position yourself here. If you take a peek, you're dead. Literally, no peeks. So the Dark Glare, which I said, is gonna be following the eye beam after, I don't know actually what time does Dark Glare affects, but Dark Glare should be done twice in phase 1. So what Dark Glare is that Eye of Cthulhu will focus on a random position where right now you see the eye. it will start glowing really red, and it will focus an area looking at the ground for several seconds. He will start channeling it. Once he finishes the channel, he will release a beam on the ground. Looks like a rainbow, by the way. Yes. So I tested it. It looks like literally like a rainbow. So he will start casting that ability, and he will either rotate clockwise or counterclockwise through the whole room. So this is in order to disrupt our positioning. And let's just quickly jump to the positioning. I will just, for the sake of the video, I'll put the position on the stream. People right now that you're in Discord with me, you won't see the picture. So we'll divide the whole raid into 8 groups before we enter. So each group will be an individual group. It will consist of 1 to 2 melees, 1 to 2 ranges, and 1 healer in it. So we will divide basically the whole space in it like a pie chart with 8 slices. Literally. In the middle, closest to the eye, there will be the melee DPSs. Second row around the eye, there will be the range DPSs. And the last row around the outer rim, there will be the healers. So each group will be marked from skull to star. Every group will be marked. I still haven't figured out which one exactly person will be marked in that specific group. I think that it will be most probably the melee, and everybody behind him will be structured from that group will be structured as a cone, and every single one of those 40 people will be standing 10 yards away from each other. So you will go there, you will sit on your location, you will see your location, and after a dark glare, you will position yourself at the opposite side of your previous location. And you will continue killing eye tentacles, claw tentacles, and stuff like that. And in the meantime, damaging the eye. And after the second glare, you should be going to your last position, your original position that you entered the room with in it. And there should be no more dark glares. So this is it. You just rotate. Once the dark glare comes, just you remember your position that you entered in. And after the dark glare, just move either clockwise or counterclockwise, and you should end up on the opposite side of where you'll be standing. So,
question.
Yes.
When we go to the opposite side, we always have to maintain the 10 yards between
Yes.
each other. Even when
Yes. In phase 1, that's phase 2 is not that much necessary, but in phase 1, the 10 yards is necessary because he continuously does the eye beam himself, and you don't want the eye beam to chain. So the eye beam, what it looks like, he just looks at a random person, he channels once, he channels twice, he channels a third time, and after that he swaps, he starts looking around again, chooses a target, and it will tick 3 times on him as well. But in those 3 times, if somebody is closer to him, it will deal double the damage if you stack with one other person. If you stack with 5 people, you're all dead. Sorry. Goodbye.
But what is very important then is that we travel counterclockwise or clockwise, so we all maintain the 10 yards away from each other.
Yes.
Because
No. Wait. While he's casting the dark glare, he's not casting the eye beam. So you don't have to worry about the 10 yards while you're moving. While you're moving and escaping the dark glare, what is important to remember is that if there is a claw tentacle or a eye tentacle there, you should kill it. So when he does the dark glare, he moves slowly. The dark glare moves very slowly. But what can fuck this up is if you're moving and somebody didn't kill a claw tentacle and you just randomly moving, you're safe, but all of a sudden you get the merge of a claw tentacle beneath you and you just shoot through the air directly in the dark glare beam. Well, you're fucked. Oh, by the way, I forgot that some people might watch this stream and I'm using an appropriate language.
The eye beam.
Yes.
The eye beam, it moves 180, doesn't it? Or does it move a full 360?
Yes.
No, that's the dark glare. Well,
yeah. Sorry, the thing that makes the raid have to move around.
Yeah, you need to learn how they're called. So the dark glare is the death one.
The eye beam's the one that chains. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, the eye beam is green. The dark glare is like
Red.
devilish red. Turns into rainbow. But they say that once the dark glare disrupts all your positioning, it doesn't go 36 degrees. Today I tested it. It does go like something like an 180. But even if it does 180, you still swap your positions, because once you're fixed in that position and all of a sudden you're pushed at 180 degrees, well, you need to enter basically to go on the other side. So phase one is going to be
Sorry, so hang on. Just to be clear, so you move 180 degrees around, and then you stay in that position there, or do you then have to run the extra 180 to get back to the other side?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah. So when you're moving because of dark glare, so you're all running around and it stops like 180 degrees around. Do you then stop and continue fighting from that new position, or do you have to then rotate another 180 to get back to your original position?
No. That was just exactly what I said. So
Okay.
you stand at your position. So for example,
Yeah. I got it.
I'm gonna
You're
peek
saying
right
that you
now because
rotate.
I'm high level. So you just look at me right now, and I'm at this position, right? So imagine I'm next to the eye right now, exactly. So if when an eye beam, when a dark glare comes, I will be on the other side, basically facing like this the eye, exactly on the other side, on the other side of the hallway, facing the eye. You understand?
Yeah.
But I will basically rotate around him until I take this position. But first,
I
I
get you.
begin like this. So after that, you're gonna stay like this and do your rotation from this position. And after you get the second dark glare, you either rotate clockwise or counterclockwise until you end up in your original spot, which was like this.
Yeah.
You just move when a dark glare comes. If not, you don't move.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You kill the claws, you kill the mind flake claws and stuff, and in the meantime you damage the eye. So the eye has more more HP than in phase 2. So this is what happens. After you kill the eye, phase 2 commences. When the eye dies, he will emerge and several things will happen. So let me explain what will happen. So phase 2, he will put a shield on himself, basically reducing the damage done to him by 99%. So nobody can touch him. In phase 2, nobody actually touches Cthulhu, and you can't touch him. So you basically have your job is to attend to everything, every other bullshit that is happening in phase 2. So right after we do the phase 1 with the rotating, with the killing tentacles and stuff like that, everyone will group up at the gong area. So once we enter right now, on the other side of this hallway, there are stairs, and there's like a podium where there are 2 gongs. So we're gonna group up somewhere in front of the stairs on the other side of this hall, because at the beginning of phase 2 and after every weakened phase of Cthulhu, a giant claw tentacle will appear. So it will be like a claw tentacle, but it's huge, and we want basically to control the spawning, so that we know where it is. So the giant claw tentacles are actually a big deal, and I will, as I said, so giant claw tentacle, heavy damage to tags, ground rupture opening attack on a random player, does 3k to 4k damage and knockback. He also has a trash ability, which Kubain perfectly knows that is an 1 extra attack. One of these you always spawn after phase 1 and a weekend phase. They are still stunnable, by the way. Oh, and in phase 1 also, the eye tentacles are interruptible and the claw tentacles are stunnable. So they will continue be doing like be like this in phase 2, but they're just giant. So they're the giant claw tentacles. We kill those. After several seconds, a giant eye tentacle will spawn. So the giant eye tentacles spawn every minute with a 30 seconds offset after a giant claw. So basically, after phase 2, we all group up at the gong area. A giant claw appears. It knocks us back. We kill it for 30 seconds. Immediately after that, a giant eye tentacle will spawn. It's a single one. And the giant claw, giant eye tentacle, is still vulnerable to stun and interruption. It has also a ground rupture, which, as I said, does the damage when erupting and knocks us back. He has the eye beam ability, which Khotun has in phase 1. Only this eye has it in phase 2. So our moving around the 10 yards sticking to positioning is not that much of a big deal. We just have to be spread out when the giant eye tentacle is spawned. After we kill it, there's not that much need of a big spread out. So it has eye beam ability, heavy melee damage. Those, by the way, need to be tanked. So the giant claw tentacle and the giant eye tentacle need to be tanked at all costs. And that's it. So basically it erupts, he does the eye beam, needs to be tanked. Another thing in phase 3 is we're gonna have still the ring of eye tentacles around IF Khotun, which will spawn every 30 seconds. Same abilities. Phase 1, basically their first priority are the eye tentacles. So you can leave a giant tentacle and an eye claw tentacle there, but you still need to kill those eye tentacles because they're too much and they are everywhere and they need to be killed fast and they start mind flaying everyone around the room. So after phase 1 ends, everybody will stack it gong. Just a second. Yeah, never mind. So in phase 2, there will be no more eye beams from the boss, and there will be no more dark glare from the boss. But there are a lot of things of tentacles to kill. Also, another thing to note here is that we can put Judgment of Wisdom on the boss, so that when healers are getting a little bit of run out of mana, they can still want the boss and get their mana back. That's a cool, neat trick. Tip, sorry. During this phase, where everybody is basically attending to all the tentacles and the giant claw tentacles and everything else, random players will be devoured into his stomach. That's the key part of phase 2. So
cool.
In the stomach, you have 3 islands, which 2 of them is just like an island, and then one of them is actually returns you back to the surface. So inside the stomach, there will be 2 claws, left and right one. So if you're a healer or a tank, the tanks need to just immediately just rush through the whole stomach area and just get out to the surface and start doing his job, tanking giant eye claw tentacles, giant claw tentacles, and whatever. Damage dealers have the tough task to kill those inside. So those inside doesn't have that much of a mechanic, they just melee hit you, but still you take some damage from them, so you just have to damage them a little bit and get away. Also, if you're a caster DPS inside, that's the perfect scenario where you just stand there and damage the claws when they don't do anything to you. But there's also a stacking debuff which applies to you for the duration of your sitting in the stomach. So it's preferable. They say when the damage is too big for you to exit, which can be somewhere around 10 stacks, but as a range DPS, if as much as you can stay inside, it will be better. So our priority is when we enter, we kill the left tentacle first. Everybody who enters just goes, damages a little bit the left tentacle until it's dead. After that goes on the right tentacle, and when it's below 20%, you need to start communicating. Basically, everybody in the stomach needs to start communicating with the surface. So when the right claw is below 20%, everybody needs to call out, okay, it's gonna be, are we pushing to a weakened phase? And everybody on the surface will say, okay, maybe we have a little bit more tentacles, you should wait. So everybody in the stomach area needs to wait before they kill the tentacles. And everybody on the surface needs to rush it, kill all the tentacles that are needed, that are left on the surface, to push it to weakened phase. So you kill all the tentacles on the top. You say, okay, go to push the weakened phase. You people in the stomach kill the right tentacle quickly, get on the surface, and once you push it to this phase, all the debuff slots on the boss needs to be already up. For example, Fairy Fire, all the curses, all the whatever you can squeeze on before the weakened phase, just put it on the boss so that you can optimize all the damage through the weakening phase. On the weakening phase, there will be no claws, nothing. The boss will be just sitting there, and we just need to go full out on him. We will have 45 seconds on a weakened phase to damage the boss. After those 45 seconds, rinse and repeat. Everybody stacks at the gong area. A giant claw will appear. We kill the giant claw. After 30 seconds, an giant eye claw will appear. Everybody needs to spread out. CC it, interrupt it. By that time, I'm pretty sure that Mind Flay Tentacle, sorry, not Mind Flay Tentacle, but what was their call? What was the Eye Tentacles will spawn, the Ring of Eye Tentacles. So we go and kill that, and we wait for the people that get sucked in the stomach to kill the 2 tentacles. And when they're about to kill it, again, connect with the surface and talk about it. Okay, are we ready for the pushing to the weakened phase? Yeah, we're ready. Okay, kill it, and you have 45 seconds more to push the boss. And this is just rinse and repeat. But we should still do this as fast as possible because there's a shit ton of things going on in phase 2 and phase 1 and phase 2. So there's a lot of things chipping on our raid, and we should be as fast as possible killing it.
Yeah, I'm right in saying that on average it takes 2 cycles to do it.
On phase 2, yes.
Yeah, that's what I've read, yeah.
But as I see it, this is a little bit of a, like, maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes fight or something. It's a huge fight. So once we come...
all mechanics and coordination and communication.
Yeah, and as a raid leader here, like, there's too much individual responsibility here that everybody needs to take care of. It's not like only me calling everything and stuff. Everybody needs to know their position. Everybody needs to know what to do, and everything needs to be going fluid because it's a big fight. Matti, are you here?
People have to get used to it, I guess, and see what happens.
Yeah, they are gone.
I think we have lots of wipes just to see how it goes all.
Yeah, on this problem with this boss is that if you wipe, we have to go through the beginning. Basically, you spawn in, I don't know if you spawn even in Cenarion Hold Graveyard, so you can imagine how long you need to walk up to go back and stuff like that.
And the trash respawns.
Yeah, and trash respawns and everything. So we're gonna have some wipes on this boss, of course, but still, this is gonna be a big thing killing Cthulhu. So, any questions? Did everything is clear to everyone?
Yeah, I think you can only go so far with describing it, and I think that there's so much to think. I think everyone just needs to try and get as much of this down in their heads, and then I guess the rest of it's going to be actually going there and feeling it out. But yeah, I think that's pretty good, mate. Thanks for getting.
No, we're not done. We're not done.
You're not done. There's
Yeah.
more. There's more. There's another boss after Cthulhu.
No, what we're going to do here is gonna go and kill him. So we're gonna orchestrate.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Forgot about that.
We come so far. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
I've been with that, Zanik. Sorry.
I've been doing this for like several days already, so it's kind of we need to do this right now.
Go, kill. Take your time.
But I guess this will be very chaotic when we are with our mains.
Yeah. 40 fucking people.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let's let everybody come here, please. I don't want to be a practice where you peek. I don't want you to pick. Okay, let's do it like this. So I'll be group 1, Sources will be group 3, Lee will be group 3, Gubenio group 4, Xanax will be group 5. So we're 5 people. Let's make it count. So odd groups will be on the left side, even groups on the right side. So odd groups on the left, I am 1, so 1, 3, 5, follow me. Okay, hug the wall. Okay, so the pool needs to be simultaneously. So we're 5 people, so I will go and make the pool. So what will happen is that I will get inside, let him look at me, and you will follow me in a 10 yards radius, and you will take your positioning. So group 1, I will be basically here in front. Group 2 will be on my left side. Group 3 will be on the northwest side. Group 4 will be in the northeast side, and group 5 will be on the southeast side. And I'll be on the south. Something like that, okay? We're gonna figure out the positioning, but still. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go. No, sorcerer, you just killed us, man. We're dead.
Why?
Because right now you're too high level, he doesn't see you. But if we are in
Yeah.
Okay, so I will go. I'll take his. I will get him. Okay, he's focusing me. You can move 10 yards away from me. Get to your positions. Okay, so we're spread out a little bit. Giant claw tentacle, attend to it. Sorceress, wow. Kill it. Okay, another claw tentacle, kill it. By the way, now you can see. Actually, it's not a gong area. What? There should be gong there's. Okay, let's stay like this. In 45 seconds into the encounter, the eye tentacles will spawn in a ring around Kusun. Okay, they spawned, and they will start mind flaying. Kill those. Oh, dark glare. Okay, now dark glare right now is going clockwise, so everybody needs to move with dark glare. So I was standing near the entrance, and now right now I will be standing at the gong area. You see the gongs, by the way, right now? You should be seeing them. Okay, you move around and kill whatever you see is close.
Easy.
It doesn't go that fast, luckily.
Yeah, it's slow,
really
but
crawling.
but right now we killed everything in the room pretty fast. So okay, so right now I am on this side, and I see Sorceress is way far away from me, and he was going should be on my left side.
On your left side.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna continue doing this. It's going pretty slow, and you're saying, "Oh, what's the big deal?" But when you have constantly those things spawning
And they kill you in classic. They're not gonna kill us now.
yeah. By the way, where I'm standing right now, as you see, this is gonna be the gong area. You see, but because of the gongs behind me. This is where we're gonna stack up after the weakened phase. Okay, now it's going counterclockwise. So we all rotate. This is where it's not. We don't need to be at 10 yards away from each other. We can just move together. But at the end of it, you need to be at the opposite position of where you were. So I was at the gong area, and now I need to be at the entrance, at the end of the dark glare.
Yeah, at the place where you started the fight.
Yes. So I can even come here and stay here, and the dark glare should be ending. Yes. Okay, we continue with the tentacles. Okay, we kill the tentacles. Let's kill the eye. Okay, we kill the eye and phase 2 commence. Let's everybody hop up to gong area. Everybody to gong area. Everybody to gong area. Everybody to gong area. Okay, giant claw spawned exactly where we wanted it. I will tank it. Oops, I killed it. Sorry. This is not supposed to happen in Classic. So right now, we can touch Kasun. He doesn't do damage to us. So we're just waiting for the claws. So right now we're waiting for the giant eye claw tentacle to spawn. So, okay, we have people submerging into the stomach area. But right now we're waiting for the eye claw tentacle. And we need to be spread out a little bit. Okay, he's casting eye beam. Oh, fuck, I killed it. Okay, we killed the eye tentacles. Okay, I got eaten up. I'm going in the stomach. Okay, so in the stomach, why are you standing there? Kill the left one. Don't kill the right one. Ah, okay, get out. Get out, get out, get out. Okay, right now he's in weakened phase. You see, he's red. There shouldn't be any tentacles alive. So I'm just gonna slap him, right? Slap, 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 slap. Don't slap him because you're gonna kill him. Okay, stop. So everybody on this point should be standing here at the gong area and just damaging him as possible, as fast as possible. This is going to be doing, he's going to be doing this for 45 seconds. And after the 45 seconds,
Will his threat reset? So if you go absolutely ham for these 45 seconds.
he doesn't have a threat, man. He's not hitting anyone.
Right.
So what we will merge right now?
Yeah, I did.
No, what we submerge? Emerge right now. You're getting swallowed in the stomach, but what will don't kill. Why did you kill the tentacles inside, man?
To kill them.
Why did you kill them? Wasn't that the point? Okay, after right now he's in a weakened state. After the weakened state, what do we do?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to everyone who's listening and right now is here with me. And he's watching the stream. Come on, guys.
Yeah, go in.
What?
You need to go in the stomach.
What?
When you're in the stomach, you can kill him, right?
Yes.
And you're supposed to communicate with the outside.
Yeah, when you're in the stomach.
I have 2 tentacles in here now. I'm not killing them.
Yeah, don't kill them. When you kill the tentacles in the stomach, that's when you push the weakened phase. But after a weakened phase, some people will be getting in the stomach. But what will people on the surface do?
Kill the
tentacles that comes out.
I can't remember the names.
Okay, so
Kill the
after
giant tentacle.
yes, after every weakened phase and after a new phase or a weakened phase, everybody stacks up at the gong area, waiting for the giant claw to spawn. We kill the giant claw. 30 seconds after the giant claw, a giant eye tentacle will spawn. We need to kill that. And after 30 seconds of the fight, the ring of eye tentacles will spawn. So the surface team needs to address those tentacles and kill them, while the people stuck in the stomach area needs to kill the left tentacle, and after that followed by the right tentacle. And when the right tentacle is low on HP, they need to communicate with the people on the surface.
And then everyone on the surface puts dots on him and all that sort of shit, and then we kill the tentacle.
Yeah, but first you need to kill all the tentacles on the surface and then push to a weakened phase, because you don't want to push to a weakened phase when everybody needs to damage the boss, but you still are dealing with tentacles on the surface.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, and this repeats itself till it dies.
Yes. You push the weakened phase, you weaken him, you do damage, and after that, all over again. You come to the gong area. I got sucked in again. because we're too low on people. That's why we're gonna getting constantly sucked in the stomach area. Okay, that's it. I will have to explain it a million times again.
But Geralt,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I really think the first part, phase 1, will be the most difficult. This is just repeating. So if you manage to do the first phase and the second phase, yeah, I guess it will be the first phase. What is the most difficult? Positioning.
Positioning.
I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
40 men. No?
Sorcerer's dead?
Because we have to maintain, the 8 slices from the pie.
Sources, I think, fell asleep in the stomach or something. I don't know.
Oh, what's up?
Never mind. Storgast, yeah, about the positioning. Right now on the stream, when I uploaded, you can see I have 2 charts. You can also open the Twitch if you want, but wait, I'm streaming my screen, right, in Discord. I'm not.
You see it.
You're seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our positioning, like if it's supposed to be. So here is the entrance. Just let me check. Yep. This is the entrance here, and this is the gong area. Well, if I don't know if you're seeing my mouse.
I see your mouse.
Yeah. Okay, so we just divide our raid in 8 segments, and we basically gonna mark the most coordinated people to be with the markers, and that would be most likely be some of the melees, and melees will be marked, and basically the range DPSs and the healers from their group will form a middle rim around the eye and an outer rim around the eye, followed behind a marked person. For example, I'm marked, I'm a melee, and I'm in 6th group here. So I will stand on my position following the rule by 10 yards away from the person on the right of me and on the left of me, which I'm going to see are melees. So behind me, for example, it's you and sorcerers who are in my group. So you're going to stand behind me at 10 yards away from me. And we're going to have, for example, Xanax and Hermes in our group. And they're going to be standing behind you both at a 10-yard radius behind you and separated from the left of their group and the right of their group and between you. So automatically the whole room will be filled with ourselves following the same rule. For example, you see me that you need to be standing behind me, and you also see that Storgast and Sorcerers are in front of Xanax and in front of Xanax. So Xanax then stays behind you, and that
Yeah,
way
you use the other players as markers. Yeah.
yes, and you just remember your position, exactly your position, and when you see a dark glare, you just go to the opposite position, just around the dark glare. You know, the first dark glare. So you go to the opposite position. Stay
The
there.
dark glare will dictate which way you rotate, so you don't even have to
Yes,
think about that.
either left or right. So the first thing you need to think once you enter the room is, okay, I'm going there. I'm following Breton. I'm going there. So I go there. I see Breton. I'm standing behind him. I look in front. I look to the left. I look to the right. 10 yards apart of everyone. Okay, I'm good. I'm staying there. It doesn't matter if you're like 5 yards away from the other guy, or it doesn't matter that much. The case is that you need to be 10 yards away from everybody else around you. So you're there, you're safe, you reach everybody, you're good. Remember that position, look to the plate beneath you. Remember the dot on the plate. You know, in game, you, for example, take a marker. Okay, I see a stain of somebody dropped a wine glass on there. Imagine it. Okay, this is my spot. So look in front of you through the boss. Remember a spot there and say, okay, after that glare, I need to be there. And you just kill tentacles, you do your stuff. Doesn't matter the I-beam, because if you're standing 10 yards away from each other, that shouldn't be a bother to you. So you're just standing there. You see a dark layer, and you see the position of the direction of the dark layer. Is it counterclockwise? Is it clockwise? And you see, okay, I rotate following the dark layer. I will kill or heal or whatever, do until the dark layer is over, and I have to end up on the position that I saw before. So you go there, stay there.
But Geralt, I don't think that's the problem when we already stay at our place. But the moment when we enter the room and all positioning, that's the difficult part, I guess. So you know when we are behind, where you explained the fight earlier,
Yeah.
and entering this room, we have to go to the small gap with all of, and that's not 10 yards. So yeah, you know what I mean. We have with 40 people, we have to go to that hall.
Yeah, but you
That's
need.
soaked by someone who runs in first.
Yeah,
So you don't need to worry
the
about that.
person who's going to run in is going to be a hunter, most likely Paulo. So he's gonna go inside, take the first 3 ticks, as I said. The I-beam will tick 3 times on the first player and he fixates on. So you have the time for those 3 ticks on him to run inside, and keep in mind you can run with your mount inside to your position.
Yeah, but everyone needs to know where to stay before the hunter gets those ticks, because otherwise it will be chaos. People go stand where, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but still, like, it's a try and error thing as well. Yeah, you can say that, but still, you can just have the time.
I think when you know when you're, I think once everyone knows which pizza slice they're in, which bit they stand in, and where in relation that is to everyone else, you'll kind of have so many things to be familiar with. For the first time when we run in, we've all got to get roughly to that right position. That'll be rough the first time, but as long as we all stick to memorizing our place in the pizza, then we should be all right, I think.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind that not every time you go to Cthulhu, your place will be the same. It will be still depending on your group. So let's say first time you end up in 6th group, second time you end up in 3rd group. Like, it will be super hard for me to like take a screenshot. Actually, I may do that. Maybe the first time we do the Cthulhu encounter, I can just take a screenshot of the group, because not every time we may be the same people, stuff like that. But
I think it's when you have a place assigned to, it's better to, if you can stay at that place, that would be better. So everybody knows how. But what you say, we are with different people all the time. So
yeah, but how are we going to do that?
Yeah, I know. So before we start the fight, we have to tell everyone where to stay.
I think if you see the picture and you know which group is always at the same spot, then you can just go there.
I think it will be more it will be better in the future if we constantly switch groups so that everybody just knows.
Yeah, you know the clock. You know the picture if you've seen it a couple of times.
I think you need to assign every time you go to Cthulhu.
Yeah, but what?
Differ, like there might be one less hunters or one more hunters or more melee group get true shot, and it's not the same. It's gonna be.
Yeah, that's why I think that assigning is gonna be a little bit of a pain, because if sometimes the roster or the people changes a little bit, then everybody's like, oh my, this is my spot, and somebody says, I have no idea which my spot is, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
Just take 5 minutes to explain. It's not a big problem, to be honest.
Well, when we're doing AQ in 25 minutes, there's no time to explain, man. I don't know.
25 minutes. Jesus. That's hopeful as fuck.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Kasuna is going. Like, I have no what was the code? I'm really excited for Cartoon. Like, I really want to go to Cartoon. I really want to see what's happening. And imagine the joy when we actually kill him. What's going to be?
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking cool.
Because this is gonna be a marathon kill. Like, this is gonna be a 15 to 20 minutes fight. Trust me.
Yeah, there's gonna be an orgasm at the end.
Yeah, a huge nerdgasm, man. So yeah, that'll be all. I think we have pointers to take with Uro.
Look at Oro.
Yeah, Oro is gonna be a little bit. So, but yeah, we have the first milestone where we have to conquer is Prophet Skerm. After Skerm, we need to down the second bosses, and after that, we're gonna start. We need to push boss by boss by boss.
Yo, I missed the first part. Are you going to kill the? How are you gonna kill the bugs? Like in which order?
This stream right now, which I'm doing, I'm also streaming in new OBS. So after right now, I push stop recording. By the way, I will do it right now because this is we're starting to talk nonsense now.